Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. This is your shorty Rachel. I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life Brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. Today, we're going to be reacting to current news and more. We're going to get this live started early because, I got a lot of things to do, man. I got to get up early, right? Before we get these videos started, right? Any of y'all voting, right? If y'all do listen, man, vote for who you choose to vote for. Don't worry about what other people gotta say, right? Um, Me personally, I'm not gonna be listen. Who you voting for is not gonna affect me, right? It really isn't because at the end of the day, right? Like I tell people, I've been doing my research, right? Your vote should be personal. Now they got this thing, right? Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all mine, right? Now I got this thing, right? It's called a voting report card. Like we're going to school. I don't know if y'all see that, right? And what's funny, right? This little thing right here. I'm trying to get y'all to see the paper, right? Let me see. It's right there. Okay. This little thing right here, right? It tells you how many times you voted, when you voted, and more. And it's crazy right here. It tells you for the three bureaus. Ha! This is funny as shit. It tells me that I voted, every year for the three bureaus, right? Except for 2016 and 2020. Yo, this shit is crazy. But on some real shit, look, man, they say your vote is private. But now family members and friends can know who you vote for. What in the world is going on, man? But on some real shit, right? If you're gonna have a conversation about who you're voting for, right? When y'all talking about it, right? And I'm telling people what to do, right? Let it be, right? Y'all having a conversation on, I'm voting for this person because I feel like this person is gonna do this for us, right? At the end of the day, right? A shorty goofs around, a shorty plays around, my right. A lot of people see it. Shout out to my day one subscribers, the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody that we rocking out with a shorty and much more. Because if it wasn't for y'all, a shorty wouldn't be making it this far. And I appreciate those that come up here, whether it's in a panel or in the chat, and have conversations with a shorty, right? And much more. Um, but yeah, like I said, man, see my vote tomorrow when I go vote, it's gonna be for Jill Stein. I don't care what nobody says. They got the blue party, they got the red party, then they got the green party, they got the independent party, and they got the orange party, right? It's a whole color of things up there. Me personally, right? I don't like Trump's policy that much, but it's not really that bad. And yes, a shorty has gotten through all the pages of what people had wanted me to read when it comes to Trump's policy, that damn, I forgot what the thing is called. But yeah, like when y'all have these conversations, it shouldn't be an argument. It shouldn't be a debate. Blessings, blessings, young Riaz. How you doing this morning, right? Anything when y'all sit down and y'all talk, right? And this is my opinion. Like this is how we've been doing it over here in the community, right? You voting for this person. Like, why are you voting for this person? What makes you feel like this person is going to benefit us in any type of way? Me personally, right? Let me see. I think I got a video here. Let me put this back up because that's for the news. Me personally, like I said, I don't care who gets mad. I'm voting for this lady right here. Right? Let me see if I find her video real quick. So a lot of people, I notice a lot of people don't know who she is. So let me find her little video because I do have the clip here. And I think she was talking not so long ago. Here we go. And she's a part. And she's a part of the Green Party. I don't care who gets mad. All right, this is my decision. Right, and I want y'all to just hear a little bit of from her. All right, this is Jill Stein.
Joining me now is the Green Party nominee and candidate for President Jill Stein. Dr.
Good
Stein,
morning.
thank
Good
you so much
morning.
for joining
Blessings,
me this
Uncle
morning.
L.
Pleasure to be with you.
Jill, we are just 9 days away from the presidential election. What has been the focus for your campaign?
I think the American people are in crisis right now, a crisis of housing, healthcare, debt, student debt, inflation, you name it. And while the American people don't have what we need to survive with, our both parties are squandering $1 trillion a year on the endless war machine. It's half of our congressional budget, which is going to conduct war on children far away. We are funding a genocide and lots of wars around the world. We have a bloated military, which consumes half of our congressional budget. This comes down to $12,000 on average per household per year. So the American people have issues right here at home that desperately need support and attention. And that's the bottom line. And that's what we're hearing as we tour the country from Wisconsin to North Carolina to Texas to San Francisco. The American people are really, really hurting, especially on affordable housing right now. So, 60%, some are living paycheck to paycheck. So we can do this much better. Unfortunately, the two major candidates and their parties are bought and paid for by Wall Street and the war machine and, health insurance, big pharma. So that's who's getting the benefit of our tax dollars and US policy. We need leaders who are going to be serving the people, not the 1%.
Dr.
Mm.
Stein, a
Damn.
Wisconsin super PAC with Republican
Tell
ties,
him, Jill Stein. Tell
Agile
him.
Values PAC, has funded over $300,000 to your campaign. You've also accepted support from Republican allies to keep your name on the ballot across the battleground states. What do you say to those who argue your campaign is a spoiler working to help former President Donald Trump win the presidency?
So let me pause her right there. She's gonna say win the presidency. Blessings, blessings. We unlock nation. How you doing this morning? Yo, like I said, right? I don't know about other people. I don't know if a lot of people's following the trend, right? Me personally, I know, history is still embedded in my head. It's still right there. It's still in my brain. I haven't forgotten the stuff that Kamala has done and said. I haven't forgotten the stuff that Trump has done and said, right? I personally don't have a president until we have a president that's for us, the people. And like I just showed y'all, right? Now they got these new things called, right? It's called a report card. Am I holding it right? I showed it already, right? And these things, I don't know if y'all can see that, says when y'all voted, how many times y'all voted. Right here is showing me I voted for all three bureaus, right? For the past couple years, right? Except for 2020 and 2016, right? In 2016, I didn't vote. I was pregnant, right? And I was being lazy. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But it's crazy, right? How your vote is supposed to be personal, but in reality, it's not. Right now, everybody can see who when you voted, who you voted for, and much more. I don't have a problem with that. I don't care. I tell people, who I voted for, why I voted for. For me personally, right? I don't care who you voting for. Me personally, I'm looking at the policies, right? People say they want change, they want this, they want that. Well, look at these policies. They're being put in front of us. Ah, as long as they're not being disrespectful, hey, they want to vote for Kamala, let them vote for Kamala. Yeah, I've been getting the same phone calls over and over. Just vote for Kamala, vote for Kamala. I've had females come at my neck because I have my personal opinion about Kamala. See, I believe in, equal rights for men and women, right? When it comes to the jobs, when it comes to everything, in our daily life, right? But I feel as though that a man and a woman should not be treated equal. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. A man can't do what a woman, a lot of the things that a woman can do. A woman cannot do a lot of the things that a man can't do. And it's like earlier we was having a conversation on I gotta make that joint on private because somebody just told me that why I put the live private. I didn't. I did the live on my phone, right? And it goes private after you end the lives. And earlier I was just It was time to pick up my shorty. I ain't pay that shit no attention. But at the end of the day, who you vote for shouldn't offend or bother the next person. And if y'all gonna have conversations, instead of arguing, sit down, talk about the policies. How is this president going to benefit us? And like I tell people, I don't worry about one bureau. It's three of them. It's three of them, not just one. And I'll vote for all three of them. But this year, the presidential election has seemed nothing but more than just a joke to me. And I'm being real honest. All jokes aside, normally y'all hear a shorty joking, playing around, being goofy and stuff like that. But this right here, I'm being real honest. It's like I'm looking at a rap battle between Kamala Harris versus Trump. You see where I'm coming from? And that shit, I just got mollywopped by some feminists about this chick. This is about privacy. This is about rights. Yeah, shit, it's about rights. It's about privacy that Harris wants to, y'all keep forgetting that it used to be Biden hyphen Harris because they took away the Harris and now what is it? Walls or whoever the other bull is. They took away Biden and now it's the other guy. Come on, let's be real. Kamala supports Biden. People flip flopped on Biden and went to Trump because what Biden was doing. Well, guess what? Kamala supports that policy and it's still the same policy. Still the same policy. And I'm saying this shit because I listen to all these meetings, all these events, and I don't care who gets mad at me. I keep telling motherfuckers I got one foot in politics and one foot out. I don't mean to get that. This is my time. I'm not in a meeting. I'm not in an event. I'm not in none of that. So I'm expressing how I really feel. You see where I'm coming from? At the end of the fucking day. Y'all so worried about the president. Hello, 3 bureaus. 3 of them. 3. If we want to make a change, we got to put all the right people in office. So at the end of the day, man, we got the judicial, the legislators, and the other one. Fuck. But look up Block Summit with D.L. Hughley. Bet I will. But like I tell people, I'm not a part of no groups, right? I'm not a part of that feminist group that, all men should go to jail. All men should die. Oh, my last boyfriend beat me to death. So this one over here is going to beat me. Like, come on, man. It's not like that. Some of us really listen, man, we go through a lot of traumas, right? But we cannot let our past determine our present or our future. We can't let people knock us off our hinges. I don't go by what he say, she say. I go out here and I do my own research. And once again, when it comes to this presidential election, it shouldn't be about who you like. Go out there and do your research. I mean, it's November 5th, right? I know that starting 7 a.m., I'm going out there. I'm going to go put my vote. I'm going towards the Green Party. I don't give a fuck who hates me, who feels some type of way. At the end of the day, I took the time to look at all the policies. All the policies. Y'all say y'all want change for America. Y'all want this to stop. Well, y'all not taking the time to see what these people that we're putting into office want. What they really want done. So, I mean, don't argue me down. Listen, make your vote, go out there, vote, do what you got to do, right? And, when what happens, it happens at the end of the day, right? Because we're all grown. I can't sit here and force you to do this. You can't sit here to force me to do this. Me, I just take the time to do, to do my research, figure out how this person, how this person is going to benefit me, how this person is going to benefit my country, my family, my community, the small businesses, and much more. I don't know what y'all seen in the Kamala Harris policy that really, oh, my bad. Some women, a lot of women, my body, my rights. Yeah, I'm with that. I agree. But it's deeper that y'all really read everything. It's deeper. Your body, right? Your choice. So why are we forcing these kids to change their sexes at the age of 5, 6, and 7? Let's keep going. Why? Why are we making boys think they're girls? Why can't we sit down and have conversations with them and figure out what it really is, the root of the problem? Just because a mom hears their daughter say, I feel like I'm a boy today. See, let me get back to what I was saying, right? Earlier, we was having this conversation right here in the block in my community, right? And we were saying there's a difference between somebody being gay because they're grown, right? Either the trauma they went through led them to be like that, right? Or, however they are, whatever the reason is, right? But they're grown as people sitting here say, look, this is my sex preference. Little kids, we need to talk to them. We need to have conversations with them, help them, not say this is who you're going to be, but help them figure out what they're going to be in the future, not decide it for them. Your body, your choice. But for some reason, a mom out here wanted a little boy, but she had a little girl, and she, let me make my little boy turn into a little girl. I'm not coming at nobody, right? But there's a difference between being gay and changing a child's sex. There's a difference between feeling like you're attracted to the opposite sex and then changing somebody's sex. So let's be real about it. Your body, your choice. But this is me. This is how I feel. This is what I think. I don't know how y'all feel, what y'all think. You see where I'm coming from? Now, let's just not talk about how she's taking away rights from parents. Like this. She wants to take your gun rights away. She wants to take away so many things from us here in America that she's going to leave us like if we're in Korea or in the United Kingdom. This is America, right? It's supposed to be land of the free, right? Oh, my bad, but it's welcome to America, land of the free, where you got to pay for water, even the air you breathe. So I'm not trying to be a smart ass. Who you vote for is your choice, right? And if you're going to have conversations about this presidential election, have a conversation, not a debate. You see where I'm coming from? Have a conversation. Why you voted for this person? Why do you think that this person is going to benefit us? Me personally, I don't give a fuck who gets mad. I'm going for Jill Stein. That's it. Simple as that. Y'all want to keep being in the middle of that chain that nobody wants to break. Well, guess what? I'm breaking the chains of society. And I'm being who I'm really meant to be. I don't give a fuck who gets mad. She could own whatever gun she owns, right? And I'm not having a debate with nobody. I'm not having an argument with nobody. We having conversation. She could own whatever she owns, but she wants to take our rights. I did a video on it. I reacted to that already. So y'all can go back and watch it if y'all feel like it, right? Right. How about those who choose? Hey, you don't have to vote. Facts. Like, listen, it's your choice. That's what I want people to understand. It's your choice, right? Like I said, we could sit here, we could have conversations, try to figure this out, right? At the end of the day, I'm just tired of people arguing and fighting each other about it. That's it. But it's going to happen. You see where I'm coming from? She said, I don't know if that's a man or a woman, but Cherry says, of course, but that's not true. Hey, these are the bills, the laws that she wants to pass. She's already done them. She's already done a whole bunch of them. So at the end of the day, look, listen, I get where you're coming from, right? But I've already reacted to what she has said, right? You see where I'm coming from? I'm not going to argue with nobody, right? This is the last day of the election for people. Vote for who you want to vote for because you choose to. Not because this person is telling you to, not because this person is telling you, this and this and that. It's your choice. It's a personal choice, right? And like I tell people, we're going to have these conversations, right? Let's talk about it, but let's talk about it the right way, right? If you're voting for this person, why? I gave y'all my reason why I'm voting for Jill Stein. Now, for those of y'all that are, don't know who she is, and those of y'all that do, go out there, y'all look at the policies. They're not all the same. You see where I'm coming from? They're kind of like similar for some of them, because I noticed that Dr. Cornelia West's policy is a little similar to Kamala and Trump's kind of. It's like a combination. Then you got the other bull that I forgot. He's part of the Orange Party. And his policy is shot out. I feel like his policy will leave us with no freedom. So, like I said, guys, if we're going to chat, right, I'm going to continue. We're going to be watching clips and stuff like that. I'm going to continue this video. But for those of you out there, right, be respectful. If not, right, because I know my mods cannot ban y'all. They can only time people out. I will ban, right? If I see repeated chats, dumb shit written down, I will ban you. So let's keep it respectful and let's keep it going.
Presidency.
So first, on the issue of accepting Republican support, we never accepted Republican support. People can drop off petitions and you don't know where they come from. This happens all the time. So coming into this election, uh, record numbers of Americans were clamoring for other choices. So shouldn't voters have a right to choose in our election? What is democracy except the right to choose? And this kind of impersonation and dirty tricks, Republicans and the Democrats actually are doing that all the time. So they can drop off petitions and we only learn after the fact.
Hey, that's true, Shad Reed. But you know what I've noticed throughout the past years, right? Jill Stein, nobody knew who she was just 2 years ago. Within the past 2 years, more and more people talking about her, more and more people voting for her. She's being noticed. So once again, I am breaking the chains of society. So I'm not following a trend. See, people are so stuck on what they put in our faces. I go out there and do my research. You see where I'm coming from? And once again, this is my opinion. This is what I've seen. This is what I've observed. And this is how I feel. So I have noticed that little by little, as time goes by, right? People are starting to notice Jill Stein. The more people that vote for her, people are starting to talk about her and much more. So little by little, other people, that's why I say fuck this trend shit. People be stuck on one thing, repeating it over and over and over again, and it kind of like some people just stay stuck on this one thing. Like, no, man, expand a little bit, explore, learn some shit. Like, and I'm not knocking nobody down for their opinions and none of that, man. We all got our own opinions, right? And I tell everybody, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. You shouldn't knock somebody down for having an opinion. You see where I'm coming from? Like, how is somebody's opinion going to affect you? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. That's why I say we should be able to have respectful conversations. We don't all think the same. We don't all feel the same.
Fact that they may have been tied to this Republican organization, but we never accepted such aid. After the fact, we will have to take steps to account for that. But this isn't like some plot that we were a part of. And an attorney of theirs who filled the role of bringing a case to court, he was part of a large multi-partisan group that was adjudicating critical issues for the American voters. Having choices in an election is not a partisan issue. Unfortunately, the Democratic Party has made it a partisan issue in their efforts to throw choices off the ballot and deny the American voter a choice. And to this question of spoiler, who spoiled the election? Um, competing for votes is what is supposed to happen in a democracy.
Jill, I want to say on that conversation, the Green Party, your party, has petitioned to be on the ballot in states where your party did not have automatic ballot access. Here in Wisconsin, the state Supreme Court dismissed a lawsuit filed by the Democratic Party to have your name removed from the ballot here.
And she's talking about like the ballots, like the mail-in ballots, man. I feel as though like I don't trust the mail-in ballots. Like what's crazy is right, like I said, like for the past 2-3 years, I feel like this election shit has been nothing but a joke, right? All this is new. Like voting early ahead of time, these mail out ballots and all this shit, immigrants being able to vote and much more. Shout out to Mel Dub. He had a real interesting conversation the other day. I don't know if I got a mod that could drop me Mel Dub's link in the chat. But yo, he had a real great topic about elections and do people feel like they're rigged and much more. He had a great topic um and a great live that day, and he spit a lot of gems about this election shit. And what's crazy is he says the same thing that I said. Your vote should be your vote. It should be your choice, not because somebody says this or the other person or somebody's persuading you. Like, no. See, I think for myself. I go out here and I do my research and I've seen so much. And like I tell people, you can't just erase history. I don't know why some people pretend like shit hasn't happened throughout the years. Who has done this, who has done that. Believe it or not, Kamala has had her hand full in a lot of the shit that's happening. Right? I'm not going to sit here and say that Trump hasn't either. He has. But a lot of the shit in these bills, these laws that has been passed throughout the past couple years, Guess whose hands been in it? But I'm not gonna say much more because people get offended and their egos get all inflated. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
What do you think is the significance of that decision for your campaign and more broadly for voters?
I think the significance of that decision is that the people of Wisconsin have a choice. Right now, um, the Biden administration is leading the charge on a genocide in which we are seeing women and children and innocent civilians massacred every day. And for many Americans, this is a red line. And we encourage people, do not be talked into genocide. Do not be talked into voting for it, because if you vote for it, you are endorsing it and you are enabling it. And it's not a question of Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Both, in our view, are greater evil candidates. There is no lesser evil candidate in this race.
And I just want to clarify with
Hmm.
Vice President Harris
There's
that
no lesser evil, man. Hey, listen, man. And I tell people I don't trust politicians, right? I really don't. Like, there's so much that I've seen out here. When I put in this footwork, and then the stuff that I see on social media, stuff I hear them say, these events, and much more, right? Whew, I really don't like, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie. When it comes to these policies and stuff, we have to be careful. We have to take our time. We have to see what it is they're trying to do for our country, you know. But people, I don't know. I don't know what it is lately with people. Like people's, I don't know. The world isn't lazy. Mankind has gotten lazy.
has spoken out in support to Israel's right to defend itself, but is not in support of the lives lost in Palestine. But I do want to go to my final question, Jill.
Well, if I can just add to that, while she says she doesn't.
Excuse me, Jill. Excuse me, Jill. Hold on one second. To the trolls out here, hey, look, listen. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. You don't gotta be here. If I'm boring, well, then guess what? There's another channel out there that might excite you. That might make you jump, up and down. I don't know for what. But at the end of the day, where you're talking about current news, right? I'm taking this a little serious today. We're not joking around. We're not goofing around. And like always, I'll ban any troll, right? You don't have to be here, right? There's an exit right there. Like there's a door right there in my house. And guess what? Like my elders say, right there's the door, right? Just make sure the doorknob doesn't hit you, where the good Lord split you. You don't gotta be here once again.
Before she doesn't do anything. She has agency here, as Ronald Reagan showed. Uh, the Biden-Harris administration has complete agency. This is exactly the problem. They want you to hear that propaganda, but not hear the fact that actually they can stop this in the blink of an eye. Within hours, it can be ended. It is their choice, and it's also their choice if they're losing the support of the Muslim American and Arab American community.
And I want to get to my final question here, Jill. You ran for president in 2012 and 2016. This is now your third bid for the White House. How do you respond to claims that your campaign has no clear path to victory, and those who may still be questioning why you and other third party candidates have chosen to stay in the race?
It's crazy though, right? Because I didn't start learning about the third, the fourth, and the fifth parties until like maybe a few years ago. I always thought that it was two parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. For real, for real. So like when the bullshit with Trump and Hillary happened, like I told a lot of people, I really started doing my research. And I started learning a lot about the politics, what happens behind the scenes, about the policies, about the laws, the rights, and much more. So mm, that's what I'm saying. Like all this right here is different. Like, man, you got celebrities out here. They really pulling celebrities left and right out of the Houdini bag. For real, for real. I'm not starstruck. I just want to know how you gonna benefit us as we the people. How you gonna benefit our country? How you gonna help us? Biden ain't do no. I don't see me personally. I don't feel as though that Biden helped us. That Biden benefit in anything. Like if anything, he made the situation worse. And who he had behind him? Kamala. Trump, I could sit here and admit that, shit was a little good when he was under, but then it was also a lot of bullshit happening. So it's kind of like, I mean, I can go down, but this is my opinion once again. And if my opinion offends you, then oh well. Like I said, it shouldn't offend you. But if it offends you, hey, look, listen, you can just, I don't know, I guess go in a corner, cry somewhere. But at the end of the day, I'm not changing how I think and how I feel because this is what I see.
Um, in the last race, in the last presidential race, do you know how many people chose not to vote? One out of
Exactly.
every
I
three
didn't.
eligible voters did not vote, mainly younger, of color, and lower income. There are a lot of people who meet that description. In fact, that's one out of every three eligible voters. It's strictly a question of getting the word out. This is why.
And she's not lying. A lot of people chose to not to vote because who the president is, who the options that we got, right? Because of the options that we're left with. And it's like, damn if you do and damn if you don't. So it's crazy. I'm not mad at the people that don't vote because look at what they're left with. How you gonna get mad at them? Why? Because you didn't do your research and figure out why the fuck they don't want to vote or why they don't want to pick these two presidents that are being put in front of our faces? Come on, let's be real. Like I said, we're gonna have these conversations. Let's have some real conversations. Let's not argue. Let's not debate it out.
Why the Democrats are working so hard to silence our campaign, to keep us off the airwaves. In fact, we did an interview yesterday with Tavis Smiley, who told us on air that, in fact, the DNC, which hired an army of lawyers to throw us off the ballot, when they didn't succeed at that, well, I should say at the same time, they've also hired infiltrators and spies to try to mess up our campaigns. And you know what else they've hired? They have hired whole nonprofits to do opposition research, to dig up facts, and to try to twist them in order to try to disparage and criminalize our campaign. So that's where these smears are coming from. And what Tavis Smiley told us on
What
air
up,
was
man?
that, in fact, the DNC had sent him the questions. And I would ask you the
Blessings,
same thing. Did
Commander.
they send you these questions? Because that's what they're doing. They are sending these questions in order to try to bias the press. The press is supposed to be free. The press is not supposed to be taking marching orders from the Democratic Party.
Mm.
And I think we can be sure that is happening now by the droves. So the American people are being denied what the press is supposed to do, which is to be a watchdog on power, not a lapdog to power.
Mm.
Our First Amendment is first. That includes free speech, and it is also a free press.
And we independently draft all of our questions here in house for Capital City Sunday. But again, Jill Stein, Green Party nominee and candidate for the 2024 presidential election. Jill Stein, thank you so much for your time.
So once again, like I said, I'm different. Like, hey, get mad, love me, hate me. I'm not changing what I'm saying. I stand on what I say, how I feel. You know, at the end of the day, to each his own, right? I'm voting for who I'm voting for. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say why I'm voting for Jill Stein. You see where I'm coming from? I'm not ashamed to sit here and say why I don't agree to the policy that Kamala has or Trump has, right? My opinion. Y'all, each and every one of y'all have your own, right? Y'all have the way that y'all feel, the way that y'all think, the way that y'all perceive things, right? I cannot convince y'all of shit. I can't knock y'all down. I'm not here to, bash nobody, right? My whole purpose of this is to bring awareness, right? There's different candidates out there, right? You don't have to sit here and argue and fight. Oh, I want to, choose Trump. I want to choose Kamala. There's other options. See, I'm just, like I said, I'm bringing awareness for those that didn't know about Jill Stein. There's other candidates other than Trump and Kamala, right? You still got a little time to do some, quick research. I mean, I wish people would have did it the last time I did the live, right? Because we went a couple hours talking about, the different candidates and much more, right? But it's up to you once again. That today, November 5th is the last day to vote, right? It's up to you who you vote for. Like, we shouldn't be seeing nobody out here fight, having road rage, beating people up. None of that shit. Yo, for real. Because it be getting crazy around election. I hate the, election time because people get crazy out here. They do the dumbest thing when it's time to vote. I don't know why. Like, but hey, to each his own, right? Like I said, not everybody is going to vote for Trump. Not everybody's going to vote for Kamala. Like I said, I came on here. I gave my personal reason on why, you know, I want to vote for Kamala. It's my choice, right? Like
We're
I'm not knocking nobody down. I've had conversations with people out here in the block. People, I've some people have voted for Kamala's. Like my whole community, right, in HP is divided. Some have voted for Kamala, some voted for Trump, right? Some went for the third parties, and others said, "Fuck it, I'm not voting because I don't like none of the policies." And we sat down and we had conversations on why. And like they said, on the next election, if they got a better like those that don't want to vote, they even said it. Like if for the next election, if they have better candidates up, instead of Trump or Kamala, with better policies and much more, they'll go vote. But other than that, you got a lot of people that are only worried about the other two branches. A lot of people do the same thing I do. See, normally I vote all three branches. But the presidential election lately for these past couple of years has been nothing but a fucking joke, in my opinion. So to each his own. But let's move on because I'm not going to be on here that long. Like I said, I'm probably going to be in here an hour and a half, 2 hours. But we're not going for no 3, no 4, no 5, no 6. Not that. Like I said, 7 a.m. I gotta be, in them little offices. I'm gonna put my little vote in for Jill Stein, and then I'm gonna keep it moving. But let's move on to the next news article. We got Florida teen forced to collect her own evidence to prove she was sexually abused. Wow. Yo, this is shot out. Like the yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to argue, man. For real, for real. Like I said, I just want to have conversations. Like for me, I learn. I learn out of everything. I soak the knowledge in. Like if Kamala goes into office, well, we see, that this wasn't, we'll see if it was a good or a bad idea. If Trump goes into office, we'll see if it was a good or a bad idea. Even though a lot of us knows what's going to happen, right? But I'm not arguing nobody down. I'm not, like I said, everybody will see. I'm not going to argue nobody down. For the people that be like, oh, I know that Jill Stein is not going to win. I know that, but I'm trying to break the chains of society. That's why I'm bringing awareness to different things. You see where I'm coming? I talk about the touchiest topics. You see the ones that people don't really want to talk about. I'm not going to get mad for people's opinion. We're not here for that. That's not what we're here for. You can't bring a solution. You can't have a conversation. This is not the channel for nobody. I'll be telling people, you getting pissed off, shouting from the top of your lungs, cursing me out. That's not going to get me mad. I got the option to ban you. Let me help you find a safe space, okay? Because like I tell people, there's no safe space nowhere. I've gotten people get mad at me because I stood here like nothing, talking calmly while they yell and scream from the top. Man, that don't offend me. That shit don't phase me. In front of me, I could just soccer punch the shit out of somebody. Oh, you done talking? Now let's keep it moving. That's what I'm saying. Social media is social media. Do both sides have good things about them? Hey, y'all let me know. Shout out to X. Do both sides. You talking about on the politics, right? Democrats and Republicans. I mean, shit. Trump is good at what he does, being a boss, right? He's just about the money. So he's good at what he does. Kamala, Kamala, we know that she cheated her way up the ladder and how she did it. So shout out to Judge Joe Brown and all those that exposed a lot of shit. But I don't know. Y'all tell me because I ain't voting for neither one. My vote is going for Jill Stein. So far I feel as though her policies will benefit us as we the people. Um, and the way, her talking points, like it seems like she is for the people. So we'll see in due time. So I'm not voting for the two parties that they're throwing in our faces. But for those out there that are voting for either Kamala or Trump, what do y'all think? Do y'all think there's good things about them? In y'all opinions? I mean, I'm asking y'all. That's a good question. So shout out to X. That's a great question at that. But let's get on to this, right? We got Florida teen forced to collect her own evidence to prove she was sexually abused, right? I feel as though this was the detective's job. Like, I don't know why they made a victim. collect her own evidence to prove that she was sexually. I mean, that's the detective's job, the police job. They're supposed to go out here investigate. Where was the CSI cream? I mean, crew at? Like, what in the world? Okay, let's watch this. Let's see what's going on.
Told if you're a victim of a crime to go to the police and report it. We're told if you're a victim of a crime to go to the police and report it. But what happens when they don't believe you? From the Center for Investigative Reporting, Racheal De Leon has the story of how far one child had to go to prove her innocence. And a word of caution, this story involves details of child sexual abuse.
In the fastest growing county in America, Polk County, Florida, its longest serving sheriff, Grady Judd, has a large.
Isn't Florida strict with molestation and sexual abuse and stuff over there? And Sagittary grape? Why they make this little girl do this? Let me shut up. Let me shut up and listen. I'm sorry.
Media presence and delivers unapologetic, tough on crime messages like this one about an armed man involved in a car chase.
And he chose to die in a gunfight, we accommodated him. He said he wanted to go to heaven. We made the arrangements for him.
What the hell?
Running
Wait a
this
minute.
fall for his sixth term in office, he's a popular sheriff, once invited to the White House by.
Hold the fuck. Did I hear this right? I'm sorry. I gotta go back. Did he just admit to helping somebody commit suicide? Hold up. I know I'm not tripping. Did I hear this right?
We accommodated him. He said he wanted to go to heaven. We made the arrangements for him.
So did y'all kill? Wait. Did y'all off this man or did y'all help him? Police corruption, yo, man. We talk about, shout out to them cops out there that love doing their job. They got a passion for this. Like, there's a lot of good officers that do lose their life on the job, and it's unfortunate, like, but there are a lot of corrupt officers out here, man. Like, a lot of corrupt officers. Yo, we need to build caskets for them too, huh? Let us shorty know what y'all think.
Running this fall for his sixth term in office, he's a popular sheriff, once invited to the White House by then President Donald Trump to discuss issues facing sheriffs, and later asked to join a federal council overseeing all programs related to missing and exploited children.
Okay.
He's made it his department's priority to go after child predators.
We'll go to the ends of the earth to arrest you if you victimize children.
Why punish me? What did I do for you to punish me?
But Taylor Cadle's extraordinary case raises questions about how, despite Sheriff Judd's tough on crime rhetoric, his department treated a child victim as a criminal.
Nothing that I did was I in the wrong. At all.
Taylor had a traumatic childhood. The state took her away from her birth mother when she was 7 due to violence and neglect at home. After a year and a half in foster care, she was adopted by her great uncle, Henry Cadle, and his wife. But within months, she says he began sexually abusing her.
Wow.
I kept it secret because going through foster care, it was already so much of a traumatic experience that I was scared to go back.
Over the
What's crazy? Like, when she said I kept it a secret, is a lot of kids that do that. And I don't know, hearing what she just said from that little portion, right? I've heard stories, from kids that have been in foster care, right? And they've been through the same experience. If it's hard for a kid that's living in a regular home with regular parents, right? And they go through certain situations like this, I can imagine, right? Hearing these stories like this, it is harder for a kid that's going through this type of traumatic experience, right? Because they're going from place to place. Nobody's really listening. You see where I'm coming from? Like, who can they trust? Like, they've been through a lot. And it's like, they don't just go through this, the sexual abuse. They also go through way worse. They go through a lot, like the mental abuse, the physical abuse in these places. Like, it is deep. Ooh, the stories get deep, man, real deep and hard to talk about.
The next 3 years, she says Henry Cadle used long car rides to abuse her off this road. One day in 2016, Taylor disclosed the abuse to an adult member of her church. which launched an investigation by multiple agencies.
So a church helped her out?
Almost 13. I'll be 13 in October.
That week, Taylor was asked to recount what happened to her several times. In a recorded interview with a child welfare worker, she went into detail, hoping she'd be believed.
Hold the fuck up. I don't know how to take this, but I'm banning your ass, Sonny Lopez. How come women don't sexually abuse boys? Are you fucking high out your motherfucking mind? Like, how many shrooms did you take today? Because women out here, it's been proven that women do sexually abuse boys. Women are sick. It's been said, believe all women. Man, I don't know how to take that. Listen, when people write like that, like, is you agreeing? You want women to abuse little boys? Like, is you sick in the head? I'm trying to figure this out because I'm trying to give him time before I ban his ass from here. No, but yeah, the type of question, how come women don't abuse little boys? What type of question comes out of a grown person's mouth like that? How come women don't abuse little boys? Who would think something like that? Because it's out here. Like, you see this shit in the news every day. It doesn't matter what city, state, county you're from. You hear how women abuse little boys. It's just the way it was asked. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, I gotta watch it because we've had predators in our chats. So I'm gonna get like this. Because I gotta be extra, extra careful. Because I don't need no predators in my chat. I will ban the motherfuckers. Be careful on how you ask questions. Right? Be careful on how you, because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Is we back? Damn, I don't know what just happened. I'm hoping we could back. No, but y'all do gotta be careful, right? On these type of questions y'all asking, because you gotta realize, like I said before, we've had to expose predators on here before, right? You gotta watch what you say as a grown person. Because it's like, Couldn't the question have gone like, I've never heard of a woman, abuse little boys. Does that exist? He said, how come women don't abuse little boys? So if it was a misunderstanding, I apologize for the way that I reacted, but I'm not going to have another predator in my chat. Because people last time told me, Rachel, don't think like that. Da, 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 and it turned out that he was a whole predator, and he recently got arrested last year because he sexually assaulted 3 minors. And people was cheering this man on here on social media. And I knew it. Deep down inside, the way he was talking, the way he was asking questions, the way he would talk about kids and much more, the red flags were there. And that's a red flag. How come women don't abuse little boys is a red flag. So if you didn't know that before, I'm hoping you know now. It's not me getting in my emotions. It's not me getting in my feelings. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe again. So when we ask questions, please let's think about how we're going to ask these questions when it comes to these topics. Okay? Because this is social media, right? And there are predators out there. And they have been in chats. People have been fooled. All right? So if you meant that another way, I apologize. You see, and I'm camming up for this. All right? Banana in the see, this is what I'm saying. Banana in the tailpipe sells sexual. I'm sorry. I'm not giving this. Nope, 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 nope. Probably men do it more, in my opinion. Banana in a pipe tail. I'm not doing this. See what I'm saying? No, I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe again. Bye. I don't know if y'all remember facts over feelings. Yeah. Red flags are there. A shorty don't think she's in Six Flags. A banana? What man says that a banana in a tailpipe? Unless, your mind is always in the gutter. Like, grown, yo, banana in a tailpipe. It sounds sexual. Like, what you thinking about fucking Lord have mercy, Rachel? Like, yo, the people out here hit it shout out. Like, I'm just trying to comprehend. Like, right now, my IQ just dropped. Because I thought that was a phrase that a lot of elders used. Like, we're not doing that. Please be careful and be cautious with people that come in the chat, right? That talk like that, right? Especially on topics like these, right? These are touchy subjects, right? Touchy subjects. Woo! These are touchy topics, and people are sick in the motherfucking head. So we got to be careful. Predators are out here. Believe it or not, yo, we building caskets up in this bitch, and we're not having another facts over feelings in our chat. We're not. Ain't nobody going to sit here and tell me, Rachel, calm down. No, it's there. The red flags are fucking there. So a fucking bitch takes heed to it. Yo, shit. Billy's coming out of like, yo, the Philly's coming out. Yo, like, because I just want to build the casket right now. Hashtag all predators rest in peace. All predators, may y'all rest in peace. Yo, I'm telling y'all, man. Let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back. Yo, yes, Uncle L. Okay. Let me see.
Her off this road. She says he began sexually abusing her.
Okay.
I kept it secret because going through foster care, it was already so much of a traumatic experience that I was scared to go back.
Over the next 3 years, she says Henry Cadle used long car rides to abuse her off this road.
Oh.
One day in 2016, Taylor disclosed the abuse to an adult member of her church, which launched an investigation by multiple agencies.
Okay, well, how old are you?
Almost 13. I'll be 13 in October.
She's
That
young.
week, Taylor was asked to recount what happened.
Yo, I noticed that a lot of predators aim towards kids that are 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. it's like their preference. Once they pass 13 or 14, it's like even women, men and women, their preference is from 13 and below. Like, yo, people is really sick. Like, how? Like, with so many grown men and women out here, so many fish in the sea, how does a child turn on a grown ass person? That's one question that has never been answered. Never. A question that lingers in the air. Like, I don't get it.
To her several times. In a recorded interview with a child welfare worker, she went into detail, hoping she'd be believed.
And pulled over on the side of the road and told me to get in the front seat.
But in a separate interview recorded by Sheriff's Detective Melissa Turnage, the tone turned confrontational.
If you're mad because you got your phone taken away, let's say that now.
Yeah, I call them crib snatchers.
From the get-go, she was rude. Simple terms, rude. When she continuously asked me the same question over and over, I almost told her she should probably write down what I'm saying because I didn't feel like she was listening.
Turnage treated Taylor less like a victim and more like a suspect.
Do you want to go live back in foster care? Because more than likely, if he's arrested, they're not going to let you stay there. But if it's not the truth, you're fixing to hurt a lot of people. Everything I told you earlier is not a lie.
Still, Turnage concluded that Taylor made it up. The detective wrote that she couldn't find Henry Cadle on gas station security footage buying condoms like Taylor said he had. And she couldn't pinpoint the location of the assault on that long stretch of road.
Every interview that we talked, she made me out to be a liar. And I told her time and time and time and time again that I am not the liar here.
There is no excuse for the manner in which this case was handled.
And that's a fact. And it's crazy that when, these cases are real touchy too, because when a kid says, this has been done to me, because they're kids, for some reason, they're liars, they're this, they're that. But like I tell people, right? Kids ain't born knowing how to lie, how to cheat, how to steal, how to hate, how to kill. None of that. It's all learned behavior, whether you like it or not. And it's crazy that when a child brings out a serious conversation like this, they're made to be liars. All of them. They're lying. My mom is abusing me. Oh, he's got to be lying. How can a mom abuse them? My dad is abusing me. Oh, he's got to lie. He's got to be lying. How? How can that happen? That's not possible. And it's crazy that in a lot of these cases, right, the biggest abusers be the ones that are meant to, protect you, the ones that are supposed to protect you, whether it's a mother, a father, a grandfather, a grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, a foster parent, a teacher. People that these kids actually know. You would think is a stranger, right? Or your enemy. It be the ones closest to you. Believe it or not. But don't go by what I'm saying. Go out here, do your own research. You see where I'm coming from? Listen to the stories yourself. Because I'm just here to bring awareness. I'm just here to bring the stories. I'm here to bring the news to y'all. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, then we learning together.
Jerry Seitz, a forensic expert who's worked with thousands of child abuse cases, listened to the interviews between Turnage and Taylor. She says Turnage's techniques were inappropriate, especially because very few children, less than 4%, fabricate stories of sexual abuse. But
Right.
kids with traumatic histories are less likely to be believed.
Kids who have that history of adversity are the perfect victim because their offender knows they're not going to be as credible because they've had this difficult life.
There's
That's
no
true.
way with the details that I gave or the things that I said or certain locations that I could have fabricated that big of a story. There was no way.
Instead of Henry Cadle going to court, 13-year-old Taylor faced a judge for a charge of lying to police.
Oh,
And
wow.
no lawyer, only her adoptive mother, Henry Cadle's wife.
They could have fought harder.
Scared out of my mind. And my mom told me in the car to just plead guilty.
No, she
and get
did.
it over with.
Look, listen, I don't know if it's because she was a foster mom. I don't know if she was. Listen, man, I will not sit here and tell my daughter to plead guilty. I will not. I will, yo, I swear to God, I will go through hell and back to get my child justice. And if the court justice doesn't give my child justice, guess what? We gonna give it some street justice. And like I said, yo, I don't know how many in the chat, yo, put them caskets down there because we building caskets up in this bitch. All predators, hashtag all predators must. That's the only way. Y'all think castration's gonna work? It don't work. Castration don't work. They'll find other ways to sodomize the victim. And I'm being serious. The only thing that's gonna work is by building a casket. That's the only way.
She was sentenced to 1 year of probation with community service. She
Look at
also
that.
had to write 2 apology letters, one to her abuser and the other to a sheriff's officer. Taylor's experience is like hundreds of sexual assault cases I found nationwide as part of a years-long investigation into police charging alleged victims with lying. Due to privacy laws, I could find only a handful involving children, one as young as 11. Throughout, there was a pattern of police missing crucial steps in investigations. But Taylor's case is unique because she vindicated herself.
My on-call phone rang, and it was the on-call supervisor for my unit.
Joel Dempsey was the detective assigned to the case when Taylor called the police to report she was sexually assaulted again.
Oh, wow.
There was
Again?
a previous investigation that the victim was on probation for, and then
So she didn't just ask for help once. She asked for help twice, and the whole system failed her. Why? I mean, was her foster parents respected like that? Because this will be the first case I've ever heard of people that are not well respected and get believed like that. This will be the first case. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I've heard so many stories, you see, mine's included, that I'm saying here, well, when they're not well respected, I've seen the cops actually, they go in. But when the parents are well respected and the community says good things about them, that's when the detectives start, So I'm a little like, what's up? Why was she made off to be a liar? Why wasn't an investigation done? Why didn't, where was the CSI crew at? Why did this child have to go get her own evidence? But we haven't even heard that yet. But the video says Florida teen forced to collect her own evidence to prove she was sexually abused. So now this is the second time this teen asks for help and says, I've been sexually assaulted again. Why wasn't this man behind bars when she said this? And she was on probation. She couldn't even leave. She was stuck at home. And guess what? Guess who was her sergeant and her CO? The ones abusing her. Ain't this some... Yo, I wish we could change a lot of these laws, a lot of these bills. Not even a lot of them. It's the loopholes that are attached to them. It's the loopholes that are attached to them that throughout time, certain people, the people that get put into office. Boy, man.
also learned that new evidence would prove that some of the victim's statements were true.
Using her cell phone, 13-year-old Taylor made sure she got bulletproof evidence this time.
She had taken some photographs with her phone.
There you go,
She
shorty.
also
I
took
would have did the
pictures
same thing.
of an empty condom box,
Yep.
as well as the clock on the vehicle. And
Okay, shorty.
a short video of what appears to be the suspect walking around the truck.
This is the exact phone that I used in the 2017 case. I pulled up the camera, and on this specific phone, if you just tap the screen anywhere, it just takes a picture. So in my head, I was like basically kind of like swiping, but in reality, I was taking pictures of everything that was happening.
Just like last time, she detailed the abuse to a child welfare worker, but with one big difference.
Everything that they didn't find evidence for last time, I kind of tried to make sure that it was there this time, just so that way my story would get believed.
The photos she took with her phone were graphic.
So it was very shocking to see that, very sad, but a fantastic thing that she was able to collect it.
In Henry Cadle's recorded statement to Dempsey, he was adamant he was innocent.
I got the impression that because of the previous investigation and the result of it, that he felt somewhat secure.
But I want to ask you plainly, did you touch her?
No, hell no.
Now's the time to tell me. So I can get out in front of it. We can try to handle, figure out what's going on.
No.
Yo, shout out to this shorty, man. I gotta give it to her, man, because besides everything that she was going through, the pain that she was feeling, the system failing her, people not believing her, she went out her way to find the proof and the evidence to show the detectives, look, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. She took the time to think. She didn't get angry, right? This is where I'm going to compare her case, right, to the Menendez brothers, right? Yo, even though the Menendez brothers were older, man, they acted out of emotion. I want to show y'all the difference, right? This little girl didn't act out of emotion. This little girl sat here and took the time to think. She wanted to show the world, look, listen, this is happening to me. But there's a difference between her and the Menendez brothers. She's a girl. They were boys. And it's two different eras. Back then, if this was a boy, if this was done to a boy, he would have been considered, somebody that, I gotta say it like this, hops on rainbows, right? It's not possible. How can this be done to a boy? How can a man do this to another? So that's why I was like, damn, I wish that they would have took the time and gathered some evidence and boom, went to the police and did something. Right? Same thing with the shorty. Like the shorty, shout out to her, man. If I was younger, I would have said, I look at her like a hero. She is a little hero. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. She a little hero. On some real shit. Her story should be known so that other people that are, in the same they are in the same situation she was in. Okay, I had to find the right words, right? They could see that there is a way out. It's crazy, right? Because people think that, because they're kids, they don't know no better. Kids are smart as shit. It's just sometimes, a lot of kids react out of emotion, whether they're, toddlers, kids, preteens, teens, or hitting that, stage to becoming a teen to a young man or a young woman, right? A lot of them react on emotions. A lot don't. Why? I'm not sure. If I had a psychologist come up on panel and talk with a shorty that knows about these behaviors and stuff like that, why certain kids do certain things and others don't, then we could have a real conversation and learn some shit. But other than that, this is what I could tell you, what I've seen and what I've learned throughout the years. Like, as a surviving warrior, I can honestly tell you there's other ways. We just can't let our emotions control us. And at times, and I'm telling you that as a child, it's not easy. It's not easy for a child to control their emotions, especially when they're angry at the world. So, yes, this young lady right here is a little hero.
Nothing happened.
At 4:30 a.m., the detective confronted Henry Cadle with the evidence.
Hey, Henry, you wanted to see what I got here? The pictures? Sure. See this?
Okay.
He's like, okay.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
Who?
It's me.
Henry Cadle was
Yeah,
sentenced
it's
to
me.
17 years in prison for sexual battery of a minor. Taylor's criminal charge was overturned.
I don't remember any other case where the victim had the forethought or the intelligence to collect their own evidence and
Right.
be so thorough. Just unbelievable amount of presence of mind that she showed.
I reached out to Detective Melissa Turnage.
You reached out to them, but I want to ask this shorty, was you watching Olivia Benson? Because I was too. Listen, Olivia Benson taught me a lot of shit along with my therapist, my psychologist. Man, I'm laughing right now because trust me, I had the choice to, when I was younger, to let my thoughts take over, right, and off my abuser. But I had fear of not being able to be around my brother, right? So I spoke up in other ways when I felt comfortable that the person that, was helping me, was doing it for the right reasons. But, shout out to her because she spoke up like, and she ain't give up, man. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. But I'm gonna be honest, when, you go through these type of traumas, what holds you back for a long time is fear. And she was holding back for a long time. And what's crazy is, right, fear can do two things. Fear could hold you back, or fear could push you to that limit where you break out that shell, right, and fight back. And I'm glad that she didn't let fear take over or over. Let me put this. There's so many ways I want to put this, and they're all good ways. I'm glad she didn't let fear take over. Let me just put it like that. Long story short, right? And like Commander says, she's very brave. Uncle L said the same thing. Like, I wish that, a lot of more kids was able to, control their emotions. But unfortunately, a lot of kids don't. And that's why in a lot of these type of situations, things go left. Sometimes the kids are not here no more. Or it ends up being the other way around. The kids are too brave. They don't go ask for help to get justice. They take the matter into their own hands. And that is where the Menendez brothers stands in that category. That fear made them stand up, and to the point where it's like, I gotta end this myself because nobody else is gonna end it for me. The route this young lady took was the right way. That's the way, a lot of kids should be thinking. But it's unfortunate. It's not like that, right? We would love it to be like that, wouldn't we, right? But,
her boss, Grady Judd, multiple times to ask for an interview. Turnage never responded, and Judd's office declined an interview and didn't answer repeated requests for comment.
Where was a person for Taylor? Where was a person to
I said the
stand
same
up to
thing.
say stop and stop it now?
Since 2002, Florida State Senator Lauren Book has been working on state bills.
Now that she said that, was the foster mom charged? Where was the foster mom throughout all this? I'm curious. Because she had a foster mom and a foster dad, but the foster dad is the one in jail. Was she a part of it? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm sorry, that was a random thought. I didn't mean to blur that out. It was really a random thought.
Bills aimed at protecting victims of child abuse. She sent a
Yo,
letter
we
to the
building
sheriff's office
caskets up in
requesting
this
they look
bitch,
into
yo.
how the system failed Taylor the first time around.
It happened to Taylor, and Taylor is enough to fix the system.
Senator Book says charging Taylor and letting her be assaulted again was entirely preventable, and properly trained professionals should have intervened at multiple levels.
You need to have people who are properly trained.
And by you saying that, what are the consequences? What type of consequences will these detectives and these cops that handle the case have behind what they did? Because they didn't take this case serious. They took it as a joke. Oh, she's a little kid. She ain't telling the truth. Is y'all serious? Special Victims Unit saying this? Where is Olivia Benson? Yo, I swear to God, everybody needs a little Olivia Benson in their life, yo. Like, that's the type of detectives we need in real life. A detective that, is out here and really wants to catch the predator and put him away and give the victim justice. Some type of peace of mind. Some of these detectives, yo, boy, I'm telling you, like, why is you working in a special victims unit for? For what? How the hell does a victim end up being on probation and stuck with their abuser? Like, this made no fucking sense at all. They didn't even take the time to go investigate. They said, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this today. They just gave up. System ain't shit sometimes.
And who are in it to do the right thing and really walk a survivor through this process.
So let's talk about being trauma informed and what that approach means.
Jerry Seitz trains investigators and law enforcement officers
Okay,
on how to help children who come forward with allegations of sexual abuse.
that's a good idea right there. Um, okay, Commander, I appreciate that. Cause see, this video didn't show me about the mom. Like I'm seeing him like, where's the foster mom throughout this whole thing? Like I didn't hear shit about her. I'm wondering like, did she know? Did she even try to protect her? You see where I'm coming from? Did the little girl go to? I was just asking questions like, okay, so the mom's not involved. The foster mom's not involved. Okay, I appreciate that, Commander.
She believes this is what could prevent a detective from doing this to another child like Taylor.
Certainly, forensic interviewing has just really made a huge difference in child abuse cases. Having people who are highly trained and understand linguistics and child development and how to approach kids so that they can gather accurate information in a neutral, supportive way.
Now a mom of two, Taylor is healing by giving her children the kind of safety she never had. She says she never received an apology from authorities, but hopes they use the lessons from her case going forward.
Oh wow.
I want for them to understand what they did and to clearly see where they messed up, to truly see what happened and fix it. Because no child should ever have to go through anything that I went through.
For the PBS NewsHour and the Center for Investigative Reporting, I'm Racheal DeLeon.
Yo, she ain't lying. Hopefully they could fix that because no child should have to go through what she went through. Why they made her go through that, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. There's a lot of sick people out in this world, right? As y'all can see, right? Because we're gonna move on. Like for those of y'all that seen the video, let us shorty know what y'all think, your opinions, your comments. Leave y'all comments down below. Just let us shorty know. We're gonna move on to the next one. This is gonna be the last video, right? And wait, how long we been on here? I might play maybe two. Yeah, okay, we're gonna give it to an hour and a half. So this is not gonna be the last video. All right, so we got bail bondsman behind bars over signaling sex for freedom scheme. There's some people be into some weird shit out here, man. But let's listen to what he gotta say. Let's go. Indisputable.
Here, Florida bail bondsman decided to bail women out in exchange for sex, according to the allegation. Put it up full mast. Russell Bruce Moncrief.
The fuck?
Oh, Russell. Well, he's a Florida bail bondsman. He's now behind bars himself after authorities say they uncovered a years-long scheme.
Of what?
He,
because I'm confused,
would pay to get women out of jail in exchange for adult relations.
Oh shit!
Russell, 75 years of age.
I'm dead. He ain't go to the corner. He ain't go somewhere and find a chick and pay for it. He got females out of jail for sex. He was a sugar daddy. I'm dead. Like, what you had a thing? Like a fetish for prison women or something? I don't know. Where Commander at? Commander, come up here and roast us. I'll drop the link just for Commander to come up here and roast a 75-year-old bail bondsman. What the fuck?
Is now facing charges of racketeering and human trafficking. The investigation began in 2021.
75. He too old.
Of a local attorney busted for human trafficking. John Gillespie told authorities about Russell's actions. One victim said Russell paid her bail, and the two went to Gillespie's home where they had sex.
Oh my God.
A former inmate told investigators how women in the Orange, Osceola, and Brevard County jails told them
these people are
Russell
sickos.
bonding them out for sexual favors. It was well known that the women would use certain phrases with Russell, basically a code, such as, quote, I'll wash your car, or,
What the
quote,
fuck?
I'll clean your house, end quote. That was the code for them offering sex to him, the affidavit said. Almost all of the women were vulnerable.
So who
And
snitched?
Russell took advantage of that, according
Somebody
to the
snitched.
quote,
Who snitched?
I just want to get out, one victim said. Quote, I'll wash your car. I'll lick your eyebrows. I'll do whatever favors you need me to do, one said, according to the affidavit. Many other women were addicted
Yo,
to drugs or involved.
he could have went to OnlyFans for that. I swear to God, he could have went to OnlyFans. But did the women agree to this? Because he's saying victims. Like, let's listen to this. I'm a little confused. Maybe listen, if somebody in the chat understands better than me, hey, I'm slow right now.
Involved in prostitution. That's what the cops wrote in the official complaint. Russell allegedly would pay their bail and then take them to one of his homes or offices.
Okay.
Where they would then have sex.
I understand.
If the women refused, Russell would have their bond revoked.
Okay.
To the officers. Quote, the majority of the phone calls he receives from inmates are females desperate to get out of jail, cops wrote.
Women need to be careful with what you do, yo. Like, this shit is sick. Like, some women don't know what they get themselves involved trying to think, take the easy way out. Like, it's crazy because listening, okay, he gets the calls from them, and they say they'll do this and do that in exchange for him to bail them out, right? But it's like these women are grown because it's like, go get a regular job. Like, and if it's not easy to get a regular job, find out what are the steps to help you, clean your record so that you can get a job at least. Like, I know shit don't be easy, but I swear to God that people just be trying to cheat their way up. Like, for what? Because as fast as you went up for cheating your way up, it's gonna be the same way you come the fuck back down. And you're not gonna like that fall back down. Yeah, he's sick in the head. The females that was agreeing to do it are sick, but it's like when you do these type of things, you end up. It's only a few places I've seen these females end up in a casket or in jail. Like, doing this type of shit is not, unless the woman wants to really, that's the way she wants to make money. That's different. But it's like, what makes a woman say, I want to get into this, and then like, y'all don't see the red flags? There's red flags involving all this shit. And if you're not about that life, I suggest don't put your feet into that life. Like, step the fuck out of it. Don't even try. Don't look that way at all.
Quote, the female inmates tell him they were willing to do anything or beg him for help, although these female inmates clearly do not have the required 10% collateral for the bond.
That's why I'm saying, like, some females have to be careful when they get themselves into these type of situations. Like, you have to be careful because you never know if one of these guys could sit here and just, you see where I'm coming from? Like, I'm just saying. I've seen a lot of these cases go left. It's not my first time hearing about this. And that's why I'm saying that, like, I wouldn't do this. Like, if I sat here and did some fucked up shit and I have to do the time, well, then I gotta do the time. For real. Because the thing is that they called him. You see where I'm coming from? And then once they get themselves caught up in that situation, and then they like, all right, for example, they get second thoughts and they say, no, I don't want to do this. That's when he goes into the threats. That's what I'm saying. You have to be careful. Because now this ends up becoming a situation where you've looked for this problem. You got yourself in this problem. You see where I'm coming from? Like, I don't know if you all understand where I'm coming from. Like, it's hard for me to break it down. There's some people in here, right? And I've seen a lot of women do it. I've seen a lot of men do it too, but it's more women that do it, right? They'll sit here and they'll get themselves involved in a situation, like, for example, curse a man out, try to put their hands on a man, and then when a man, tries to do it back, now this man that they was just arguing with, whether it was baby daddy, fiance, ex-husband, whatever, right? They're not talking for weeks, but now you got to call this person. Hey, I need you. Da-da-da-da-da. When he come, why did you get yourself involved in this mess to begin with? That's what I'm saying. I hope people understand. I was just trying to put a little example, like, but that's what I'm understanding. It's like they sat here, they thought they was gonna get just bonded out, and then when they changed their minds, there was consequences behind it. So I was like, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful of the situations as a that you get yourself in while being a woman. For real, for real. You gotta really be careful.
Russell entertains them and agrees to bond them out. When a male inmate calls him, Russell disregards them and tells him to call his office. End quote.
Oh wow. Yo, he's sick.
Well, law enforcement was first alerted to Russell's alleged crimes as far back as 2011. This is the part that's going to make your blood boil. I want you to understand the dates. 2011 is when authorities were alerted. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement received a tip from a fellow bondsman, someone of credibility, standing in the industry. Okay. And before I go any further, please understand a bail bondsman is not simply a person who starts a business and says, I'm going to bond people out of jail. The way it works by state constitutional authority, the bail bondsman is certified by law enforcement. They are certified by both the sheriff's office and they are approved by the courts. They're certified by the sheriff's office. They are approved by the courts. You had another individual certified by the sheriff's office, approved by the courts, attempting to ring the bail in 2011. All right. So the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, 2011, received a tip from a fellow bondsman who said he heard from clients that old Russell would loiter in the parking lot of the Orange County Jail and solicit females for oral sex in exchange for bonds. That's in the official affidavit.
I'm dead.
The tipster further stated,
yo, this fool thought he was Bill Clinton. He just thought he was gonna pull the females to the side and say, huh, come here, give me some top. Let's keep this a secret. I'll bail you out. What the hell? But how? What they had 3 days ago. And he got arrested in 2024. So what in the world?
Stated that the activity had been going on for years. Wait.
Yes, old dirty Russell. Nasty old man.
He said in 2011 that this man was already a habitual violator of this.
Shit. Man. So basically we got old dirty Russell, Bell's bond man out here letting people go scot-free, right? He'll take away the bond for them. Like they don't gotta pay no bond. Cause he out here thinking he Bill Clinton. He'll take them back to the alley. He's like, just give me some top and you don't gotta pay no bond. You just home free. Like what? Like yo. Oh my God. Old dirty Russell is nasty. Ugh. The women are nastier. Did y'all see what he looked like? Ugh. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Fuck a sugar daddy. Ugh. Jesus, my stomach is like, I just want to, like, how can you be so, like, how can you be so young? Like, oh my God, like, with a grandpa? Old dirty Russell out here. Jesus Christ. Like, you see, like, oh my God. I just want to throw up. Like, you don't understand. Like, a grandpa, like, y'all giving head to some wrinkly old fucking king. Jeez. Fucking balls probably sagging down to the fucking ground. I'm done. Why? Like, women, why? Why put yourselves in this situation? Like, there's consequences behind everything. Everything. Like, this shit is crazy, man.
For years, what happens? They forward it to the
Oh shit. Blessings, Empress Lonnie One Love. How you doing? Yo, my bad. I didn't even see you in the chat. Like, yo, they got this this old ass 75-year-old man. Like, he is bailing women out in exchange for some top. Ugh, old dirty Russell. Ugh. And not the Russell everybody know here on YouTube. Not him, just in case. But blessings 22 Ronin blessings. Like, yo, like this motherfucker old as shit thinking he Bill Clinton. Like, oh my God, come here, give me a Monica Lewinsky. And you just home, scot-free. Like, ladies, really? Like, these men are sick. Like, why do some women put themselves in these type of predicaments? Now, he's in jail, right? Because he took advantage of y'all. But y'all put yourselves in a situation where this man was able to take advantage of y'all. Because y'all was calling him. Y'all say y'all will do this if he bails y'all out. So it's kind of like y'all agreed to it. So it's kind of hard to defend this shit. Like, you know, when a woman does this, it's like, no, this is a problem you put yourself in. Like, it's fucked up. Like, it's really fucked up because some women don't even know it. But it's like, why put yourself in a predicament where you're gonna have to second guess later on? Like, doing this type of thing, you know, being a prostitute or, you know, being in them corners is not a thing for every female. And I feel as though that if some female, like the females that are not into it or, you know, end up doing it sometime in the future, it's like, you know, because they had no other choice, right? But I feel like there is another choice. Man, listen, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I'll sell drugs before I sell my body. Real shit. I'll sit here and sling drugs before I fucking sell my body.
Complaint to the Department of Insurance. What? Department of Insurance. Yes. The complaint was forwarded from law enforcement to the Department of Insurance.
Oh, wow.
For further investigation. It's not clear what came with the investigation. Yes, it is. Not a damn thing. It's clear. Nothing came with the investigation in 2011. There's more. Eventually, agents raided Russell's offices in Orange County and the others over the summer. They also tapped his phone, conducted surveillance on him. The affidavit said cops arrested him Tuesday, took him to the Seminole County Jail, where he remains today, ironically, without bond. I mean, well, goodness, the man had, you know, some decades here.
Yeah.
Running this scheme.
A predator at large.
See, if it's illegal today, it was illegal in 2011.
Yep.
You understand my point? Law enforcement got it. They see it. They think it's credible enough to do at least somewhat of an investigation and inquiry and forward their findings to the Department of Insurance. You see, I believe old Russell here got some powerful friends. I believe Russell knows.
He said old Russell.
Russell knows people in law enforcement. I believe they did some favors for Russell they would not have done for somebody else. And I also believe they undervalued the very soul, the life of the individuals that he was victimized of all these years. We don't know who the bail bond.
Yo, that's some real shit because how in the world, like you here, right? And the client comes to you to try to sign the paperwork to do the bail, right? But you take them to the alley. Like, you're in the actual building. Well, did they have cameras in the building? Yeah, it's a fucking police station, right? Or, you know, either way, like, they got cameras in them places, don't they? I mean, I don't know, unless it's a black spot somewhere. I mean, man, you understand where I'm coming from. Like, listen, I don't understand. But in the place of business, like, this nigga thought he was Bill Clinton.
Bondsman was that reported him, but thank you for doing so. You did the right thing. Obviously, you saw the writing on the wall when they decided not to do a damn thing. And then it goes to the Department of Insurance, and
Yeah, exactly. Yo, from 2011 to 2024, this man had a spree. He was getting away with it. The messed up part about it is if a woman refused, like for example, a woman called and they said they was gonna do this and he bails them out, right? And they refuse to do it, he would do things to them. And that's what I'm saying. Like women, you gotta be more careful, man, because there's consequences behind everything, especially when you do these type of things, yo. It listen, if escorts go through, some crazy shit and they do get raped. Like, I'm sorry to say it. Prostitutes, they get raped too. If they go through it, what makes y'all think doing this on the side like that, that something's not going to happen to y'all? Like, let's be real. There's men out here that are sick. There's women out here that are sick in the head. And it'll do things, that they just don't give a fuck about the consequences behind it. For real, because they're, repeated offenders.
Obviously, we can't even find that report. We don't know what they did, but we do know that the conclusion was he was allowed to victimize more individuals with this illegal scheme. They finally arrest him, not because
how he
they
get caught?
Finally found out what he was doing, but the stink continued to grow. And at a point, when the system that has protected you, when that system gets in jeopardy, that system will, in fact, throw its own corrupt individuals under the bus for the sake of saving the corrupt system.
Oh, wow.
Michael, thoughts here?
So basically, a lot of people knew about this, but they didn't do nothing until it benefited them. Ain't that some shit?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this John Gillespie, the defense attorney, who was also part of this. I'm thinking of the courts in Osceola and Brevard and Orange County and places very close to Disneyland. And I'm imagining all the things that are going on outside the Magic Kingdom and the happiest place on earth and all that. And you have these ugly crimes. And the fact that they were sent in the insurance department, the state insurance commissioner, because somebody in the courts, I mean, you are so right, Dr. Ritchie, tracing this to somebody who probably knew Moncrief and said, yeah, I'll do a favor for you. I'll send it to insurance. As if the biggest crime here was some sort of financial fraud.
That's what I thought it was. Shout out to 22 Roning. But that's probably see, that's why it took them that long. Because they got the first hit in 2011 and they didn't arrest him until 2024. I thought somebody snitched. But no, he said they sent their own corrupt people to get them. Like, that just tells you. And they say become mayor. Man. No. I like me. I like putting the footwork out here. I like fighting. Call me a rebel. Blessings, Empress. I know Empress probably on her way to work. Oh, wait, is you working today? I know a lot of people not working today because the voting shit. I know there's no school today. Shit. I got my shorty here, so I gotta go with her everywhere. She wanna go vote with me tomorrow. I'm gonna have her push the button for Jill Stein. I don't care who get mad. Yep, that's who I'm voting for. Jill Stein. Get mad. If you mad, stay mad. I turned a blind eye until they were forced to deal with it, allegedly. Yep, they turned a blind eye. Oh, you working? All right. Yep, see, I knew she was on her way to work. I just asked. I'm like, damn, is you working? Because a lot of people wasn't working today. Yeah, today. It's today, yeah. A lot of people not working today. They're like, I'm going to go to vote. You got half of them. I'm voting Kamala. I'm voting Trump. I said, I'm voting Jill Stein. I'm the only one out of the trend. I'm not following no trend. Yay. So no, let me stop. You voted last week? I'll vote tomorrow. I just want to see, I'm going to go to the different places. I might do a live, might not do a live. I see. It depends on how my mood is. If my bipolar don't kick later in. Really shit, I ain't going to sit here and lie. I'm antisocial. Being in the crowd, bull. They say, stop smoking, Ray. I'm like, shit. I will have a panic attack in the middle of a crowd. Leave me alone. Leave me and my earthly goods alone. The doctor said, pick your earthly good license or your gun permit. I said I want my gun permit. Kamala trying to take that from me. Gonna take our gun rights from us. That's why I say, yo, I like speaking on why, the presidents, is gonna benefit us. Their policies, not the person, the policy. You see where I'm coming from? And I don't like Kamala's policy. I don't like Trump's policy. I like Jill Stein's policy. I ain't arguing about a person. What the fuck I look like fighting for another person? Now the policy, I like the policy. Jill Stein's policy, yeah, I'm with it.
Right, that they were bilked out of their bail money for some reason. This is sex trafficking. This is extortion. This is bribery.
Empress said you're gonna be the 1%.
Every terrible thing you can imagine. And right now,
Shit, I'm an alien. Let me be an alien. I ain't following no trend. Listen, the last time I ain't vote because I wasn't voting for Trump and I wasn't voting for Biden. Real shit. But this year, I know a little more about the candidates, but the other 3 candidates. And Jill Stein's been on there for a long time. She's been there since 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Right? 2012, 2016. I didn't vote in 2016. And she went again in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And she's still going at it. So at the end of the day, hey, maybe the one, the some of us, the ones that are the 1%ers, we might break the damn chains of society. Shit. Whole damn trend follow like the next person. I ain't following nobody. I'm being me. If you like Kamala, kudos. If you like Trump, kudos. I like Jill Stein. Shit. Let me be the 1%. I'm happy being on 1%. Fuck.
Email attorney general in Florida whose ears probably perked up and said, how could this really be happening to women in our state? So it's really disgusting. But as bad as what he was doing is, the fact that it's now 2024 and this has been known about since at least 2011, and 2011 had been going on for a long time, meaning this guy has spent the better part of the millennium doing these things and everyone was looking the other way.
Facts.
So I'd like to see other people brought up for this. I'd like to know what the trail is of how it got to where this guy could just keep doing this with offices in 3 different counties and 3 different courts. It's incredible.
Yeah, and took them to.
Oh shit! 3 different counties, 3 different courts. Yo, somebody was definitely helping him out. Somebody was covering his steps. 3 different counties, 3 different courts. He was getting away with this since 2011. Yeah, 22 Ronan Wright. This is a RICO case. This is a RICO case. Somebody was on to him. I thought somebody snitched. Nah, man, they flipped this shit around on him like they did Diddy. Real shit.
Multiple homes. He owns multiple homes in that local jurisdiction. So naturally, we're going to stay on top of it. Obviously, if he's prosecuted properly, we will see the other connections here with the case. Very sad.
We're told if you're a victim of a crime to go to.
Damn, that's crazy. I got an hour and 42 minutes in. We might have time for a couple more videos. Let me see. All right.
A mother in Texas has.
So we're going to play a few more videos, right, before I end this live. Because like I said, when 7 a.m. hits, Shorty going to be out here putting her footwork in. Hey, come on, like, fix the stream for me. There we go. Thank you, baby. Here we go. So we're going to play a couple more videos. We got a woman dies after hospital refuses miscarriage treatment over legal fears.
Has now died A mother in Texas has now died after the hospital said it would be a crime.
Blessings,
to
blessings, Chris
intervene
Wilson,
in
blessings.
her miscarriage. Josely Barnica was grieving in a hospital as she found out the sibling she was hoping to give her daughter would not survive her pregnancy.
Huh?
The fetus was on the verge of coming out. His head pressed against her dilated cervix. She was 17 weeks pregnant, and a miscarriage was, quote, in progress. That's according to the notes in the doctor's own record. A miscarriage was in progress. At that point, they should have offered to speed up the delivery or empty her uterus to stave off a deadly infection. More than a dozen medical experts told this to ProPublica.
Okay. So what did they do?
When Barnica's husband rushed to her side from his job on a construction site, she relayed what she said the medical team told her. Quote, they had to wait until there was no heartbeat.
What?
He told ProPublica in Spanish, it would be a crime to give her an abortion.
Yeah, because they were talking about wait, they had to wait until they didn't hear no heartbeat. Y'all could have saved that baby, and y'all could have saved her. But instead, y'all was waiting for the baby to lose his heartbeat in order for y'all to help her. Wow. Yo, this damn hospital just committed a crime. So is y'all going to charge the people responsible for this crime?
So for 40 hours, the anguished 28-year-old mother prayed for doctors to help her get home to her daughter, all the while her uterus remained exposed to bacteria. 3 days after she delivered, she died.
Wow.
Died of what? An infection, as noted by the record. There it is. Institute of Forensic Sciences, Harris County. You see, Barnica is one of at least 2 Texas women, I believe there are more, who ProPublica found lost their lives after doctors delayed treating miscarriages, which fall into a gray area under the state's strict abortion laws that prohibit doctors from ending the heartbeat of a
That's
fetus.
what I just said. That was illegal.
Now,
How did they
I can
get
go
a
back and forth with anyone about what a heartbeat is and what it is not, what a pulse or a rhythm is, what it is not. What is clear in the record is that it was the determination of the medical staff, including the head doctor, that this is in fact a miscarriage. There's no viability.
No, y'all.
Neither had wanted the abortion.
That wasn't a miscarriage. It could have started off. I mean, it probably started off as a miscarriage, but these doctors ended up doing an abortion on her without her consent. She didn't want an abortion. She really wanted to have her baby, but she was having a miscarriage. And y'all had time to save this baby, but y'all waited for the baby's heartbeat. Like, then the mom passed away due to an infection because y'all was neglectful. Y'all was irresponsible. Like, yo.
But that didn't matter. Though proponents insist that the laws protect both life, the life of the fetus and the person carrying it, in practice, doctors have hesitated to provide care under threat of prosecution, prison time, and professional ruin. This is your politics at play. Her death was preventable.
Yes, it
according to more than a
was.
dozen medical experts who reviewed a summary of her hospital and autopsy records at the publication's request. They called her case, quote, horrific, astounding, and egregious. Let me give you a reminder. Texas saw a dramatic rise in maternal mortality rate in the wake of the abortion ban. We reported on this right here at Indisputable. We talked about these numbers in detail. We provided the cause and effect, the correlation and causation that creates the increased level of actual deaths in Texas and frankly other states who have embraced an
Facts.
ideology rather than life.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sad state of affairs. The blood of the individuals who died under these laws on the hands of those who decided to champion them. All right, dear brother, what are your thoughts?
Well, first, I want to say this is largely why Kamala's winning and why she's going to win. But also, before we get more into that, in terms of early vote data and early voter surveys, you know, this really is something that the American people don't want, even Republican voters. You take a look at Ohio, Kansas, whenever something like this is on the ballot referendum to protect abortion rights.
Yo, shut up. He young. He young. He probably not even that young. He probably around my age. Probably in his 30s, right? Probably in his 20s. But let me tell y'all something, right? Kamala nor Trump has nothing to do with women's rights and all that. That has to do with the senators. You got to get to the legislators. Mayor, senator, governor, all that. Yeah, them. Your city and your state. See, Trump or Kamala is going to have to deal with the whole government. That's their job. They sign, they say, hey, nay, when it comes to the bills that the legislators put in front of their desk. Right? It's 3 bureaus, and I'm going to keep saying it. 3 of them. And we got to focus on all 3 of them, not one. And once again, it's my opinion. I just bring awareness to certain things. People forgot that it was 3 bureaus. Their focus for the past couple years has been on one. But I guess to each his own, right? But yeah, like, he's like, that's why I want Cam. Like, listen, when it comes to abortions, the president has nothing to do with that. Guess who? Y'all got to aim for the legislators. So, I mean, I'm sorry if I bust anybody's bubble or anything like that, right? But yeah, it's the legislators. But that was cute. You young, you probably around my age too.
People come out in droves and they vote to protect abortion rights. That's actually on a ballot initiative here in Missouri, where I'm at, to protect abortion rights. And the Supreme Court of Missouri, well, some politician, I can't remember his name exactly, but they tried to get that off the ballot because they see when people have an option to protect abortion rights, they typically do. But luckily, the higher federal court knocked it down and it's still on the ballot. People don't want this. And ever since the Dobbs decision in 2022, not only have Democrats been winning elections, but they've been greatly overperforming in the polls. Early voter data is looking at a huge swath of women coming out, and the surveys are showing that Trump ain't got the Republicans, and a good 5-10% of don't have independents, rather. And a good 5 to 10% of Republicans are, in fact, casting their votes for Kamala. So, in addition to other things, this is just an endlessly losing issue for Republicans because there's no real good way they can discuss this. Trump and this is what everybody wanted for 52 years. Like, you can't really convince people of that. Like, this isn't what people wanted. And then anytime, like JD Vance or another Republican are like, well,
I ain't gonna sit here and lie. He imitated Trump's voice real good, yo. All right, get him, young buck.
We have to earn back Americans' trust. What are you talking about? This was settled in 1973, and stories like this are continuing to pile up to show that women are dying. People are suffering because of these decisions. So the reversal of Roe was easily one of the biggest political mistakes of modern times. Obviously, we still got to get out and vote. Progressives need to get more involved in local elections. We got to play our part even heavier. But it's just tragic story after tragic story.
I'm glad he said that. Yes, we do got to go out and vote. But you know what I think is crazy, right? A lot of people flip-flopped on Biden and they said they was going to vote for Trump because Biden screwed America over, right? It used to be Biden slash Harris, right? And people forgot that. Harris supports Biden's policy. Harris's policy is Biden's policy. That hasn't changed. Like, I feel as though, right? I see Kamala so tired. Did she really want to get into this, or did she just want to stay vice president, sitting behind a desk and stuff like that? So it's like, I see her, she's very tired. Like, but I still don't agree with her policy once again, and can't nobody convince me of that. So you vote for who you want to vote for. I vote for who I'm voting for. So me, I'm for the Green Party. Shout out to everybody that's for the Red Party, the Blue Party, the Orange Party, the Independent Party. Me, I'm for the Green Party.
And these Republican politicians don't care, even though it's costing them elections. They don't care. So I guess that's good for them. But we really, really got to mobilize and make sure that we take our rights back because they don't want us to have them.
That's right. And this is how they chisel away. They start with an idea, they test it in a particular state, it then becomes regional, and all of a sudden it becomes a national law. And that is where they are headed if they regain power.
It's Terry Crews.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't have said it better than that. I'm from Philly. The Blue Baron. I'm from Philly. Blue Baron said he's voting for Trump. Oh, okay. Shout out to Blue Baron. He voting for Trump. Shout out to him. Like, hey, listen, I don't have a problem with who y'all voting for. Like, what I ask people, like when we out here and we talk, and I was like, what do you think, Trump is going to benefit us in? What's the policy? How do you feel that, his policy is going to benefit us? The same thing with Kamala when they like, I'm for Kamala. I asked the same thing. They asked me the same questions, and we have respectful conversations out here. So, oh, PA, yeah, still, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia is Pennsylvania. So you're not wrong, PA. So, yeah, PA. So listen, I'm from the state of Pennsylvania. I'm from the city of Philadelphia, and I'm from the community of HP in Philadelphia. Crazy, right? But yeah, I mean, I feel as though that your, vote should be your personal vote, right? And if you're gonna say who you're gonna vote for, just speak on why, you think their policy is gonna benefit us. It shouldn't be turning into an argument, a debate, a hate speech. None of that. None of that. For real, for real. Like, at the end of the day, like who you voting for shouldn't offend the next person at all. You have your reasons on why you're voting for this person, and your vote should be personal. But you know how now it's, like I said, I showed it. I don't get tired. I'm over here laughing. I was like, damn, I really have them voting for all three bureaus. Ain't that some crazy shit? But I did not vote 2016 and 2020. I did not. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I did not vote for the presidential. It'll show you. I did not vote for the presidential, but I voted for the other two. Don't judge. Don't judge a shorty, all right? I voted for the legislators and I voted judicial. But I did not vote for the presidential. No, I didn't vote. I was disappointed. I was just disappointed at who we had for options. It was like, damn if we do and damn if we don't. So it's like, then I started learning about the other candidates. I was like, we got more candidates. Why in the world they didn't tell us we have more candidates? Like, y'all sitting here playing the shit out of us. We got more candidates. Shit. So now I do my research more. That's it. I just take my time and I look at the policies. Let's do the same thing with the senators, the governors, and the mayors. I look at their policies. Like for me, I'm gonna always stick to Brandon Boyle when it comes to the school system and the housing and all that here in Philly, right? Because Brandon Boyle is good at what he does. The other people they put in office to me is like, and he's a Democrat. So to me, it's not about, the Democrat Party, the Republican Party, or nothing about, like I said, once again, to me, it's about the policies. How are these candidates going to benefit us, we, the people? That's what it's about to me. So if to y'all, it's about who y'all like or who they putting in our faces, what the trend is, hey, then kudos to y'all. I'm not going to get mad. You see, y'all have y'all reasons. I got mines. Legislatives make laws, judicial court systems, and executive like the president and such. Thank you. Thank you, Commander. Appreciate Commander for that. Because that's true. But let's move on. Oh, because my 2 hours is about to be up. So let's play 2 more videos for y'all. And I'm gonna end this live, y'all. And I appreciate everybody that's been on here. Man, we 2 hours into this shit. But 7 a.m. I'm gonna be in these streets. All right. I gotta put some footwork in. So here we go. We got Terry Crews speaks out and says Diddy did this. Okay, Diddy did what? Let's see. The caption on the video says Terry Crews says he was sexually assaulted. Said it was a successful businessman in Hollywood. Oh, he's finally saying who it was. Wait, wasn't it somebody else? I don't know. Let's listen.
I'm an actor. It's Terry Crews. I'm an actor, author, former athlete, advocate, and a survivor of a sexual assault. This past year, we have seen powerful men in Hollywood and elsewhere finally held accountable for sexual harassment and assault. We also saw the backlash survivors faced after coming forward. I wanted these survivors to know that I believed them, I supported them, and that this happened to me too. This encouraged me to come forward with my own experience and reflect on the cult of toxic masculinity that exists in our society. Then, in 2016, while at a party with my wife, I was sexually assaulted by a successful Hollywood agent.
I remember this.
The assault lasted only minutes, but what he was effectively telling me while he held my genitals in his hand was that he held the power, that he was in control. The first reaction was to be violent. And I immediately held back.
Why weren't you? You're a big, powerful man. Why didn't you?
Senator, as a Black man in America.
Go ahead, tell them.
Say it as it is. I think it's important.
You only have a few shots at success. You only have a few chances to make yourself a viable member of the community. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I have seen many, many young Black men
react,
who were provoked into violence.
Yep, facts.
And they were in prison, or they were killed.
And I'm not going to sit here and lie. I feel as though yeah. Yo, 22 rhyming is shot. Yo, he ain't lying though. He ain't lying though. But on some real shit, on what Terry is speaking, right? Terry Crews is speaking. Unfortunately, right? If he would have reacted back, he would have been the one in jail. On some real shit. It is, sad and unfortunate, but it's true. Right? Because all the bull did was hold his genitals. Boom. How can he prove that in court? Because when you go to court, where the witness is at, Bull was holding his fucking genitals in his hand, squeezing hard as shit, talking about, nigga, I got the power. Do what I say or else. So what he's trying to say is he had two options. Humble himself, listen to what he had to say and walk away, and then speak his mind, or react in that moment and get arrested and ruin his career. So yeah, in situations like this, like I said, if a kid can't hold it under control, it makes y'all think that, an adult can, right? But when a kid can hold it under control, don't you think that as an adult, they can? And I'm talking about their emotions. If a child can't control their emotions, what makes you think, that in situations like this, what makes you think an adult can? But when a child in situations like this can control their emotions at a young age, and people are like, I'm surprised. I wouldn't have expected a child to, react this way in this type of situation. What makes you think an adult can't? I'm just saying.
And they're not here. My wife, for years, prepared me. She said, if you ever get goaded, if you ever get prodded, if you ever have anyone try to try to push you into any kind of situation, don't do it. Don't be violent. And she trained me. I'll be honest with you. It was the strength of my wife who trained me and told me
What
if
the
this
fuck? Wait, wait,
situation
wait, wait, wait,
happens,
wait, wait.
let's leave.
Come on, Terry. She trained you. You could have found another word for that. I mean, there's other words for train though. Like natural reaction is to, when somebody does that, boom, 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 boom. But is you able to do that in every situation? Because what's crazy is, right, the victim has to go through hell before the victim can be proven to be a victim. Have y'all ever thought about that? See, I've had years of therapy, years of counseling, right? I ain't just go to a therapist. I also went to a psychologist. Like, so I didn't just have that in my life. I had people around me, right, that wanted to help me. And, to this day, I tell people, like, I feel bad because a lot of people wanted to help me when I was younger, and I spit in their face. I treated them like shit. And they still by my side, rocking the fuck out. And it's like, I see them completely different as an adult. So, once again, like, it takes a lot to stay humble in a situation like this. Think your ideas through on what your next move is going to be. To not For your next move not to be aggressive. How you going to make this work so that you don't end up being the one in trouble and people could understand what you're trying to tell them and where you're coming from. That's not something easy to do. And when you've learned how to do certain things like that, yeah, you could say I've grown up or I'm growing.
And the training worked.
But has there been retaliation against you for what you are saying now to the public?
Thank you for your question, Senator. One specific incident of retaliation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Facts, Commander. They're actors. But see, if I'm gonna show his story, right, I'm gonna like say, because what's crazy is what he went through has actually happened out here in real life. And I've seen young men have had to be humble, whether a woman has done it or a man has done it, right? That's why I spoke up on the story of the situation when it happened to the young bull from Power. I forgot his name now. Tyreek from Power, but that's not his real name. Um and I spoke up on that situation, right? Because he said sexually assaulted, yeah, and whether molestation is included in there because the bull grabbed his genitals, held on to them, and didn't let go. So is molestation sexual assault a lot? And he's a grown ass man. He could have beat the shit out of him in that event, in that party. But guess what? It was an event and it was a party. How was he going to prove his case? Once again, he's a man, a black man in America at that. They got it harder. They got it harder. Both our black men and our Hispanic men got it real, real bad. Whether y'all want to hear it or not. And more are black men than the Hispanic men. We got realists in the house. Blessings, blessings, realists, blessings. So on that part, he's not lying. So yeah, he could be a celebrity on all that, but I'm speaking out here, real facts, real world, the real shit. When I come out here and I pull, my camera out and I go live and I show y'all, what happens out here in HP, right? A lot of what he just said here, right? If y'all would hear, because when the young boys speak on their stories, I don't pull the camera out. See, when I'm out there chilling, I pull the camera out. What happens happens. Like yesterday, the shorty was, the little shorty from our block, my neighbor, she was really showing off, and I'm cracking the fuck up. But I was like, kids would be kids, and they would say the darnest things, for real, teens, kids, whatever. But if y'all would hear the stories that a lot of these kids got, you see where I'm coming from? It's similar to what he's saying. And it's crazy, like I said, fear works both ways. Fear can leave you in jail, fear can leave you in a casket, or fear can make you grow up. I'm dead. I mean, shit, three ways. Fear works in a lot of ways, for real, for real. But yeah, what he's talking about, a lot of our men out here experience it. And because they're a man, right? Whether they're black or Hispanic, they go through it worse than a woman when it comes to sexual abuse. Like, don't believe me. Go out there, listen. I'm not saying go look for the stories, but listen carefully when when somebody comes up to you and tells you about their story, whether they're a man or a woman. But you can see it is obvious. Realist in the house, yo. Make sure, listen, guys, make sure y'all go check out 22 Ronin. You still go live? Make sure y'all go check out 22 Ronin. Realist, right? We got Realist in the house. Um, Empress. I'm not sure if they still here. Make sure y'all go check out Empress Lani One Love. Um, Young Riaz. Yep, that's all I see right now. So make sure y'all go check them out. They got, great channels. So if y'all interested, go watch them. Oh, we got Van D Gaming. Make sure y'all go check out Van D Gaming, yo. They got great channels, man. But see, listen, at the end of the day, listen, I tell people, listen, you don't know who's interested in what. So I just recommend everybody's channel. And if y'all interested in any of their content, any of, anything that they put out there, go check them out. Just check them out. If y'all into it, y'all into it. If y'all not, right? So we got Van D Gaming in the house, right? Make sure y'all go check them out. People on here do different things, right? Unless you a disrespectful motherfucker, I ain't promoting you. I don't promote disrespectful channels. I really don't. What I mean is people that'll sit here and be in emotions all day. I don't promote them type of content creators. Like, I want people to enjoy themselves. If they're gonna go watch a content creator, I wanna, make sure that I'm promoting somebody that can go enjoy themselves. Like shit, a lot of us come on here for entertainment, shit. Like, you could be goofy, you could be a comedian. It's all about respect. Like, I just don't promote people that are disrespectful. That's it. Because a lot of people don't want that. People don't want to deal with that shit. For real, for real. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we want to come for the entertainment. I don't want my personal life to be a part of YouTube. You know, like not like that. No, no, no. So yeah, I promote everybody on here. Like, just because I bring out serious topics, don't mean that I can't. I'm not gonna promote certain content creators. If you got a good channel, you got a good channel. Simple as that. Whether it's funny, whether it's serious, whether it's educational, whether you out here teaching culinaries, teaching mechanics. You see where I'm coming from? Like, if it's a good channel, it's a good channel, point blank. But only, the people that go check it out could determine. So unless you check it out, you're not gonna know if it's your cup of tea or not. You see where I'm coming from? You're not. But realists be having some real ass conversations. Like, I be in the bushes listening to realists, yo. And you gotta share. When y'all go listen to realists, y'all gotta share him out for real, for real. Cause he be having some deep, real conversations up in his live show. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, get him, realist. Like, I don't always pop up in the chat, but I'll be listening. But let's get back on topic, y'all. Like I said, like, you go check the people out that that got the channels, these content creators. A lot of them got a lot of great content. A lot of them got a lot of info that some of us don't know about. A lot of people bring awareness to certain things. You see where I'm coming from? Like, to each his own. Like, shit, I don't judge nobody as long as you're not disrespectful. Once again, so shout out to all the content creators in the chat. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, chatting respectfully with a shorty. And once again, you got all types of entertainment out here. Whatever is your cup of tea.
Was I've done 3 movies called The Expendables with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh.
The producer of that film called my manager and asked him to drop my case in order for me to be in the 4th installment of the movie. And if I didn't, there would be trouble.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dear. Senator Klobuchar.
Well, thank you very much. Are you going to be in the 4th installment, I hope?
No. Because I'm sorry. Thank you for your question, Senator.
That's good. That's very polite.
Huh? Well, see. Wait, didn't Expendables 4 come out? Was he in it? I don't know. I gotta see. Did I watch Expendables 4? I'm not sure. You got actors talking about they're not gonna be on certain movies and then they come back out. Y'all see how they making Scarface too? I'm trying to figure out what the fuck are they doing this from the game? Because I could have sworn they fucking shot like assault, like they 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 emptied all their guns on Scarface. Like the ball fell down into that little water thingy. Like what you call that, John? Like there's no coming back from that. But yet there's a Scarface 2 coming. And he came back. No accent. You're not gonna hear say hello to my little friend with the accent. No, he got a whole British accent now. Yep. But anyways, I'm sorry, I got thrown off. But anyways, my bad. I feel as though that, we need to bring more awareness, right? It's a lot of young boys that don't speak up because either to them being embarrassed, right? Because even though it's 2024, right? Men or young boys that speak up on sexual assault, molestation, or rape, right? Still get made fun of. They still get, they make memes out of them. If y'all thought it was bad back in the days, right? It's worse now. It's worser now. My thing is, right, if a man goes through this, why can't he bring awareness? Why can't he speak on his story, right? And speak on how he overcame the obstacles in his life, right? To help the next person. If a woman can do it, a man should be able to do it too. That's why I said I believe in equal rights, but you're not going to sit here and treat a woman and a man like they're the same type of, a man is a man, a woman is a woman. A man can't do certain things that a woman does, and a woman can't do certain things that a man does, right? Like at the end of the day, listen, there's a difference between somebody being gay and you trying to change a kid's sex and all that. No. Listen, man, I don't care what your sex preference is as an adult, but leave the kids leave their minds alone. By the time they hit a certain age, they'll determine what they want to be, what they want to do in life, and who they want to be with. If it's a man, it's going to be a man. If it's a woman, it's going to be a woman. But it's because they've become of age and they know that this is what they really want. Not because they've been manipulated their whole life to believe in this or that. But yeah, I feel as though we need to bring awareness to, sexual assault towards men, and young boys, right? Their mental health does matter.
Thank
Yes. Simply because this same producer is he's under his own sexual assault investigation.
Oh, wow.
And, abusers protect abusers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one thing I had to decide whether I was going to draw the line on, am I going to be a part of this or am I going to take a stand? And
741
Hey,
right now in a lawsuit
why I
against
got a
Chicago
commercial?
Public Schools with shocking.
Oh, it went on to my next video. How you gonna do that to me? That was a short clip. I didn't notice that. I want the full little video next time. Hey, you did me dirty. Hey. You seen how they just play me like that? I wasn't ready for the next video. Jeez. Like what? Don't do that to me, man. Yo. Ooh, thank you, Commander Baby. Writers, did you check out Neely Fuller, Victor of RW? No, I haven't. But if you got a link, you could drop that John in my community wall. I'll check it out. I mean, my Instagram is there, y'all, cause drop the links on on my DM, right? If it's business, I don't mind it. If it's gonna be a private conversation, we're not doing that. I mean, I don't take nothing outside of YouTube with people. You see where I'm coming from? So I do got an Instagram, is on my YouTube. The link is there. And y'all could drop videos on my DM and I'll check them out. So yeah. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate everybody, my day one subscribers, my new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, because believe it or not, like I said, y'all opinions matter, right? And they have helped me out when I've had to sit here and talk to the actual, senators, mayors, and governors to try to get certain laws and bills passed. So shout out to those parents that have come together, that have united. We got Class Dojo, we got cameras in the school buses, and much more. Unity works if we come together, but we're so divided that we're crumbling and we're not realizing that. But on another note, right, this shit was crazy. Yeah. Once again, we should bring awareness, for men that go through this more, right? Because not just women go through this, but men go through it too. and their mental health really does matter. Let me see if I got the little drawing right here. Take a quick little 5-minute break. Yeah, because that's how long it is. A quick 5-minute break before I show y'all this next video, because I'm going to end this drawing. Here we go.
In this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as our children cry in fear, we turn a blind eye, we shed no tears. Believe our women, they say, while our kids are led astray. Lost in darkness, lost in pain, yet their cries fall silent like the rain. It's a shame how far we've come, blaming all the men playing dumb. But our children need us near to wipe their tears and calm their fears. In this land of the free, water's a commodity for you and me. Can't you see? It's not fair, it's plain to see. People struggling to pay for something they need every day. In America where we say we're free, but water shouldn't come at a fee. A shorty just speaking in general about the things that seem so small. This ain't meant towards everyone, just a cry in the dark. In America where water is marked. Brothers and sisters, hear my plea. This is not about you or me. Our kids are the future, they hold the key. Wake up before we're met with defeat. In this world of chaos and strife, we must guide them to a better life. Teach them love, compassion, and light, so they can lead us out of this endless night. Let's unite as one strong force. For our children, let's stay on course. Together we can make a change and secure a better future in exchange. Y'all should have listened the first time they let the cat out the hat. Now it's a crime. Many are falling into a trap, thinking it's a game, but they full of cap. Some are ready and fully strapped, while others keep falling into the gap. The warning signs were clear as day, but some chose not to heed what they say. Now the consequences come to light. Those who ignored are in for a fight. Listen close and learn from this mishap. Don't be caught unaware, don't fall into the trap. From the wisdom of my elders, I learned women are strong, independent, and firm. But sometimes we need a helping hand to conquer challenges and make a stand. Independence is crucial, that's true. Yet together, with a man, we can pursue. Respect yourself first and foremost, so others will treat you like the most. Ladies, growing up, remember this advice. You're capable of anything you devise. But partnership and respect go hand in hand. Embrace your strength and make a stand. Memories of the past I couldn't see, now I understand. The wisdom they gave me, respect yourself first, that's the key. To earn respect from others is how it should be. A man's worth measured by how he treats his queen. Love and romance in the air, a beautiful scene. A woman's power to uplift or demean. In her hands lies a man's dream. Lessons learned from an OG so true. In matters of the heart, they know what to do. Love and respect intertwined like glue. In a world where old-fashioned values still ring through. Peter Pan, Peter Pan, Peter Pan was a fairy tale. Now males want to be females without fail. Women want to be a man, it's a twisted tale. Flipping scripts and roles, they set sail. Fighting for roles, turning to moles. Making hits with their agenda goals. Targeting our kids, it takes a toll. To them it's a bliss, to us it's a black hole. They ain't trying to miss. Their agenda is the ultimate twist. Infiltrating young minds with their list, but we won't let them persist. I'm with women's rights, but what about men's too? Equality for all, it's long overdue. We want progress, we need to see both sides. Blame and shame won't help us unite. Don't label him a deadbeat without looking in the mirror. Sometimes it takes two to create rupture. Let's have conversations that include everyone. Empathy and understanding, the battles can be won. Men face struggles too, let's not forget. Their mental health matters, let's not neglect. It's time to break down walls and build bridges instead. Together we can strive for equality ahead. You scream for the police every time he come around. Then scream child support abuse, playing victim in this town. Enjoy that check, boo, but remember what goes up must come down. The only time he's worthy is when he bails you out the mess you found. You play the game, manipulating hearts without a doubt, but karma's knocking at your door, there's no way out. You point fingers and shift the blame around, but in the end, it's your own chaos that you found. You dance with danger, living on the edge of lies, but the truth will catch up to you, no more disguise. The man you rely on to clean up your mess is so profound, will soon see through your facade and leave you astounded. Using a child as a weapon, it's a shame. A woman who lacks self-respect, I can't acclaim. Real men fighting for what they believe in, never in vain. Standing 10 toes down, bringing awareness to the pain. Respect is earned by how you carry yourself, not by tearing others down for personal wealth. Real men don't back down, they fight with honor and stealth against injustice and falsehoods that threaten our health. Let's uplift each other instead of tearing apart, supporting one another from the start. Real men stand tall with courage in their heart, fighting for justice and truth, playing their part. Here's for the men who share their truth, never afraid to stand tall in their boots, respecting our women, fighting for what's right, supporting our kids day and night. Real women out there blazing trails, men by their side never looking pale. Rights for all, let's keep the balance true. Men have a voice, let's listen to. In this crazy world where battles are fought, let's remember the men who give it all they've got. Respect to those who speak their stories loud. Together we stand strong and proud. Together we stand, united we'll rise, setting an example for young eyes. In every step we take, in every plan, guiding the next generation's hand. Leading by actions, not just by words, teaching them to fly like birds. Showing love and respect in all we do, for they're always watching, taking cues. Hand in hand, let's pave the way for a better tomorrow, starting today. Our children learn from what they see. Let's show them how great they can be. Let's be what our children need.
On some real shit, yeah, man. We gotta lead by example. Our children follow. We are the real leaders. But hey, I guess. All right, so we're gonna play this last video, right? We're gonna end this live. Like I said, I appreciate everybody who's been rocking out with a shorty, y'all. I appreciate y'all. And as y'all can see, I fight for men's rights, right? Women's rights, but I don't feel that, I don't feel as though we should treat, a man as a woman or a woman as a man. Like a man is a man, a woman is a woman at the end of the day. But the next video we're gonna be reacting to is former CPS student sexually assaulted by security guard during school hours lawsuit. Like, once again, these kids are just failed by their parents. Sometimes they're failed by the school system, the system in general, right? The people that are supposed to protect them, the people that are supposed to make them safe, the people that, are supposed to be there for them. And how do we expect these people to just run away, these kids to run away or do this when the ones that are supposed to protect them are the first ones hurting them? Let's make it, let's make it make sense. But let's watch what this video is about. So I'm guessing this happened in Chicago because it's called Good Day Chicago.
741 right now in a lawsuit against Chicago Public Schools with shocking accusations is just released this hour. Attorneys are calling it an epidemic of sex crimes.
Shit.
A former Dunbar Vocational Career Academy student now says at age 15, a school security guard repeatedly pulled him out of class to sexually assault and abuse him during school hours. Nick Kamanjaran with Chicago law firm Lane Brown LLC is here to talk about what's really disturbing allegations just made public. We want to thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about this case. We're just hearing the headline, and I know many people, it only takes a few words in for you to wonder, how could something like this happen? But your lawsuit, I read through it, it alleges at least 6 staff members at the high school, including the principal, knew the security guard's conduct violations and CPS policy and failed to report it.
That's correct. We have alleged, and through various investigations, have learned through the OIG's office, DCFS, the state's attorney's office, and Chicago Police Department's investigations that various staff members of CPS knew about the grooming that was happening on a daily basis, which they were required to report under CPS policies and under certain circumstances, state law, yet they failed to do so.
Yeah, so you mentioned that it really amounts.
All right, guys. So let me take a minute real quick. I got to throw this in there, right? For those of you that don't know, I have a petition. It's on my channel. It's on moveon.org, right? The link is on my channel. Listen, sign this petition. Let's get more cameras into these schools from the grades, K through 12, right? These incidents are not just happening in high school. They're happening in middle school, elementary school, right? Teachers are having sexual relationships with students and, taking advantage of students and much more. We need these cameras there. We need deeper backgrounds into these teachers, counselors, and principals, right? We need to figure out what's happening in these classrooms, the incidents, amongst, kid on kid, staff on student, with so many suicides and so many kids losing their lives, especially during the school year. We need to figure out, we got to get to the, root of the problems, right? And this will also help our kids, the kids that are being bullied, the victims, right? When they have to sit here and face a judge. What's crazy is that the majority of the time, the victim is the one that has to deal with the consequences while the abuser walks away. The bully is scot free. No, they don't get no type of help, whether it's mental or jail, nor. So that's what we're trying to make a difference on, right? Normally I leave the link to the petition on here, but this is gonna be the last video. But on my next live, I'm gonna make sure I have the links ready so that I could put them in the chat as I go through the videos. So I do apologize for that today for not being prepared on that part. But yeah, um, it's time to do something. We've made it as far to have cameras in the school buses. We got the class dojos out there for the kids that are from kindergarten to third grade, but we need to cover all the classrooms. Why should we give a complete stranger so much privacy with our kids? Why should we put all our trust in the hands of a complete stranger when it comes to our kids?
To grooming here. The victim and his family, rightfully so, feel that they have been let down in this situation. But he's now 18. He says that this happened during 2021. So, again, at 15 years old. And reading over the case, I think I was most struck by the fact that, as opposed to a lot of situations like this where you hear of a suspect
Facts,
pleading
Commander.
for their innocence, in this case, the former security guard Tywayne Carter pled guilty in 2023 to sexually assaulting your client and another student. So he's been convicted, he's been sentenced to prison. What more do you want to see happen?
Well, the family certainly wants answers. They want answers. What were these teachers, these administrators thinking on a day-to-day basis when they saw this security guard pulling our client John Doe out of class, taking him to an unknown location for 10 to 15 minutes at a time?
Facts.
And they certainly want to ensure that he can continue on his path to healing. He's treating with a counselor and a psychiatrist.
Like, that makes no sense. What was a security guard doing pulling a student out time after time from a classroom? Why? What was your purpose of taking the student out? Why were you taking the student out? Like, what was you talking to the student about? What was the student doing with you? And then for long periods of time? And that wasn't suspicious? That wasn't odd? They just let it happen. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, the things that are happening in our schools is deep and it's serious. And I urge a lot of more parents to go to the school meetings, right? Go pay attention to these school board meetings that they be having, where they talk about what the schools are going to get, what they're going to have when the parents come and they make the complaints and all that. Yes, we need to start, doing that as parents. We need to come together more, especially for the protection of our kids, for the safety of our kids. It's too much happening, too much going on. And I see a lot of people giving, a blind eye to the situation. Why? I don't know.
Psychiatrist, and he will likely need that treatment on a lifelong basis. He should be, compensated under our laws for what immense harm that he has sustained. And certainly, he would like an apology and an acknowledgement of what happened to him from CPS, which they have not reached out to him at all to see how he's doing or to extend that apology.
And that was going to be one of my questions, whether you all in your investigative process had heard anything from CPS or anyone with the school.
We have not. We have not received an acknowledgement, and nor has the family, and that's very hurtful for them. And they believe, and we believe as well, that shows just a blatant disregard for Doe's safety, his well-being, which is what led to this happening in the first place.
And has there been any pushback as to the details of this case?
No pushback. As I mentioned, the allegations of our lawsuit are based on substantial, thorough investigations by Chicago Police, the state's attorney's office, the Office of the Inspector General, and the Department of Children and Family Services. All the allegations are supported by those investigations.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. I think there is an inherent trust that all of us, parents, guardians, students themselves, put into those who are in.
That's a fact. He's not going to get an apology. These people got too much pride. Their egos be way too inflamed to give an apology.
positions of authority at schools. When you send your child to school, you expect that they are added protectors for your child. So the security guard allegedly said that he would protect your client from bullies, from gangs, as a sort of big brother. He was in contact even with the students' parents, it appears. You mentioned grooming. It's unfortunately not even specific to this case that we hear of grooming within schools. You found in the OIG report, Inspector General's report, that there were other instances throughout schools.
Correct. As you mentioned, there's another victim in this case, a victim of this very security guard. And the Office of the Inspector General has received over 300
So this damn security guard got 2 victims, 2 different schools.
complaints in the last year of sexual misconduct, which
So how in the world, why the school, yo, listen to this again. With all this that he just said, why didn't the school board do something? The school district, my bad.
there's another victim in this case, a victim of this very security guard. And the Office of the Inspector General has received over 300 complaints in the last year of sexual misconduct, which marks a 12% increase in cases such as that over the previous year. And there's a significant steep rise in allegations, which are particularly serious, of those involving security guards.
So where do you...
And y'all telling me y'all not doing shit about it, huh? And y'all telling me that the cameras is not a good idea. It is. Because I don't see parents anytime soon taking their kids out of school. I don't see parents pulling them out. I don't see parents coming together and boycotting and demanding this is what we need. This is what we want in order for our kids to be in the schools. Because what y'all fail to realize, every kid in that chair is, money to them, but money that, is going towards something else. Like, I want to say so much, but I have to be careful with what I say, right? And we've talked about this before. Like, teachers are underpaid. So shout out to them teachers that are out here, right? They don't care about that check. I've seen teachers actually pull money out their pocket to bring supplies and help students out. I've seen teachers, go out their way to get resources for students like therapy, a psychologist, different types of programs. I've seen teachers do that. So shout out to those teachers. It's unfortunate, right, that a lot of these lazy ass teachers that are just going to school for a paycheck, you could expect this if it was a big paycheck, right? But they're not really getting paid. They're all underpaid. But I guess for some of them, it's just easy. Hey, we just going to school, give them this little curriculum, fuck it. The answers are given to me. I don't even know what the answers are. So those type of teachers are the ones I'm talking about. And I've had a lot of kids complain about them. Yo, I go to school. I want to learn. I like school. But some teachers make me feel like, school, yeah. Some of these teachers unmotivate these students that like going to school. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But I'm not going to turn this into a whole live, my stories and stuff. So let's get back onto this, right? I feel as though that we need deeper backgrounds on these teachers, right? We need to get cameras in each and every one of these classrooms, because to be able to see what's happening, to see if the kid is being bullied by another student, if it's being, if they're being bullied by staff. You see where I'm coming from? Or like there's been cases where teachers have had sex with the students in classrooms. But the only way that's been able to been proven if a child has had the recording in their camera. Yeah, the things that are happening in these schools is deep. People think, oh, it's just bullying, a kid picking on another kid, a kid calling another kid a name. No, no, no. It gets deeper. And these teachers and these staff, some of them, and I'm not saying that it's like this, with every teacher, once again. Right? Because like I said before, I give a shout out to them teachers out there that deserve them shout outs. I'm not going to give it to a teacher that doesn't deserve it. Fuck that. I'm going to be real. Like, something got to get done. And unless we come together in unity, we're not going to do it. So we, out there, I suggest, y'all start going to these meetings. Y'all don't have to, right? I'm not telling y'all what to do. But I suggest y'all should. Y'all should. I suggest y'all go. Talk. Speak your concerns. Say what speak on the changes that y'all want done and made in these schools. Say what it is that y'all want for these kids. Like, Because if not, guess what? They're going to continue to do what they're doing.
To go from here again, this was just filed. What happened
Commander,
next?
funny as
Well,
shit.
next, we will get into the discovery stage of the litigation. We will be able to request documentation.
No, Commander. Deeper than protest. We got to boycott. Pull your kids out of these schools, right? Leave no kid, like leave all these chairs empty in the schools. All the chairs empty. But see, the problem is that if that happens, a lot of parents won't be able to go to work. Is y'all willing to risk something to get something? You see where I'm coming from? That's going to be, see, I know why a lot of parents won't do it. But my thing is, you're willing to risk your child for a job. You could find a job anytime. See where I'm coming from? But hey, listen, man, I can go about this in so many ways. I can go about it in so many ways because a lot of us come together and we talk. But how can we make something happen when we're so divided? But we need a boycott. Boycotting is the answer. But it's not going to happen. I'm going to be real about it. It's not going to happen. Could it happen? Yes. If enough of us come together. Yes. But it's not. So let's come back to reality. Phew.
From CPS, written policies and procedures, things that we've already investigated and found.
Yo, Commander, funny as hell. I love Commander, yo.
Evaluate what was in place at the time, and then we will be able to take depositions of all the members of the staff and the teachers and administrators that had knowledge that this was going on.
Yeah, I got to get off this live. So this is the last video.
Wow, all right. You know, as hard as it is to hear of cases like
Only
these,
Commander.
my reaction in reading it yesterday, preparing for this interview, was that at least it's not a secret, because that will help other people, whether they have dealt with the same thing or whether they need to come forward and report what's happened to them as well. So we thank you for what you're doing. Please keep us updated.
We will do so.
On things from here. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be.
A convicted killer is on the run after he.
I apologize for that. I got the videos on a playlist, but that's for, the next live. But, yeah. I mean, these are things, like I said, I touch the topics that a lot of people don't want to talk about. A lot of people don't want to touch. Like, they need to be talked about. And, I give a shout out to all the subscribers that come here, have, conversation with a shorty, old and new, to the new people that come in the chat and have a respectful conversation with a shorty, put solutions on the table, right? Because that's what we should do. We should put these solutions on the table, see which one works out. Oh, the old stuff is not working. It really isn't. And let me see. I think I put it in a lyrical poem so that I can best get it out there for people. Let me see. Is this one that I got motherfuckers talking about that they want to make a change, they want to make a difference, but still stuck in the same phase. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to chase a bag but stay at home and nag. Then when you ask them what they need, they say less talking, more opinions, no prayers with division. You ask me, y'all need to focus more on revision, rely less on television. How you want a future you have no vision? This world is just like fiction. What we need is more talking, less opinions, more prayers with no division. Before you come up with a conclusion, giving people false illusions, pick up a book, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. Division and religion isn't working. The only way to show God our faith and love is through our actions. Our convictions is the only thing that really unite us. One God, one nation, different beliefs. There's words that can't fly with the wind. There's insults that are not violent. Meanwhile, while you're home to them, they're killing you on the inside. If I was to tell you that I didn't hurt, I would be lying. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that there's truths that lie, especially when they're telling you that they're indifferent? Getting shoved to the side because you're different. There's a hug out there someone didn't receive today. Probably because of what was said about them yesterday. Probably because of the way they was dressed today. Not realizing that the one that they hate could be the one that saves their day. But you know what? Thanks to them, it's another day in history where you get to flip the pages to your book and speak your story. And Lord, it's unholy. But you know what hurts the most? As I walk down the street and I see how easily we're divided. When we all should be united. One body, one mind, one soul, a million talents. Lord, without you, we're all divided. Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know any better. They don't know that there's someone out there that loves them. And that's some real shit, yo. So I feel as though, like, instead of judging and coming at people, we need to take the time and, figure things out. We need to figure out how we're going to become a better person than what we was yesterday, not than this person and the other person. Like, yeah, there's so many things that we could change, but we choose not to. But on that note, y'all guys, man, like I said, I just wanted to bring some news out here. It might have been new to some, old to others, but I appreciate everybody for coming on here, being respectfully with having respectful conversations with a shorty, man. Like, y'all didn't have to be here, but y'all chose to be here today. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all, sat here and chilled with a shorty today. So I appreciate that. I appreciate all the day ones, all the new subscribers. And, if you're not subbed up, make sure y'all subbed up, right? Because a shorty doesn't, schedule lives. I just pop up. I appreciate all the support. Like, let's keep building. Let's keep networking and building. Let's keep making a difference. Let's keep making a change, right? Like, there is ways. I've shown it time after time. Like, there is ways to make a change. There is ways to make a difference. It would be better if, all of us can come together. But hey, I guess little by little, we'll make a change. You can't listen, man. It took God 7 days, right? So little by little, I've learned that if, you take your time, you could actually accomplish things. Rushing into it, you're going to keep messing up time after time. So don't think that you can't accomplish nothing. It's just that maybe the way you're doing it right now isn't working. You might have to switch it up. So till next time, this is your shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. Man, go out there, vote for who you want to vote because that's the person you wanted to vote for, not because somebody wanted you to vote for somebody, all right? The choice is yours. The decision is yours. It should be private, but for some reason, I guess now the whole world knows who votes for who. So till the next live, now, sometimes I wonder, would I be the same or would I be different? A shorty still believes in fairy tales and imagination that lasts forever. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life. Help me see the light through all the pain and strife. I wake up in the morning feeling lost and alone, wondering if life's worth living or if I should grab the throne. The weight of the world on my shoulders is hard to bear. I see no change, it's like nobody cares. I look in the mirror, see a stranger staring back, lost in the world that's spinning off track. I ask myself, is this all there is, or should I give up and let the darkness win? I see no change, just the same old game. Wake up in the morning, I ask myself, is life worth living, or should I blast myself? I see no change, just the same old pain, but I know deep down, I gotta break these chains. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of time, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. If I can go back in time, tell my younger self it's gonna be fine. Embrace the challenges, let your light shine. You'll grow and learn, just give it time. Hey young me, listen up, don't be afraid. Life's a journey, mistakes will be made. Chase your dreams, don't let them fade. Believe in yourself, you'll make the grade. Don't stress about what others say. Stay true to yourself every day. Love deeply, laugh often. Don't delay, cause in the end, it's how you play. Be kind to others along the way. Spread love and positivity each day. Don't worry about what they may say, cause your uniqueness is here to stay. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. If I can meet my younger self, I tell her not to be afraid, that courage will be her wealth and bravery will never fade. Don't fear the challenges ahead, for you'll face them head on. Your inner strength will dawn. You'll grow up to be a warrior standing tall, unafraid and strong, a parent, a role model, and inspired, fighting for what's right all along. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of time, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. Looking back on all the roads I've traveled, regrets and lessons learned along the way, but still holding on to hope and faith that with God's grace, a brighter day will come our way. I see no change at all. I'm stuck in this cycle, feeling so small. I ask myself, is this all there is, or should I just end it all with a final kiss? I try to stay strong, but it's getting harder each day. The pain and the struggle won't seem to go away. I'm tired of the lies, tired of the deceit. I see no change, just defeat after defeat. I wake up in the morning feeling lost and alone,
alone, wondering if life's worth living or if I should grab the throne. The weight of the world on my shoulders is hard to bear. I see no change, it's like nobody cares. Deep down I know I must fight, I won't let the darkness consume me. I'll shine my light, I'll rise above the pain, I'll break free from these chains. I'll find my purpose and I'll make a change. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light from all the pain and strife. Sometimes in life we make so many mistakes, and we think that when we fall we're not able to get up. We listen to those that, talk in our ear, tell us that they, are there for us. And at the end of the day, what's crazy? A friend ain't nothing but $1 in your pocket. Family is what you make of it. Family is not who you're born into. Alright? So we need to pick ourselves up and do what we gotta do.